My name is Christian Basel. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS. Took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend. Hello, fellow Whovians. Welcome to another edition of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basel. I'm the host of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. And we've got some exciting news that's going to be coming up on this particular episode, which we have dubbed Ask Us Anything Again. Because we did have an episode where you could ask us anything about Doctor Who that you probably weren't able to or hadn't gotten a chance to ask during the show. Now is your chance to be asking us here today. Ask us anything, and some people will ask us questions about other geekdoms like Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Red Dwarf, Torchwood, all those questions, or maybe if you just had a side-burning questions you have, and if you do us a small favor, because today we are hoping to bust the goal right now. If you see on the bottom of the screen, it says right now, subscribe, youtube.com/the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We are only 10 people away from the big 2-0. If you could help us get that goal, please do so. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, because we love to get those algorithms going, and we really want to make sure that we get them going, because when we get to the 2,000, and I'm going to put Melanie's picture up right now. Hold on, let me take that banner away. Melanie's showing there. Once we get the 2K, that bobblehead's going away. It's going to belong to one of you. One of 2,000 and many subscribers here on our YouTube channel. And let me go ahead and release the microphone for Melanie. Tell us about that little dibby, the Wacky Wobbler. I've never seen the title of that, the Wacky Wobbler Bobbler. Tell us just a little bit about that, Melanie.
It's Funko. Funko originally, before they really got into their pops, they were really quite known for their bobbleheads.
Right.
So this is one of the Funko. There's my little, there you go. So you can actually see it's branded. I'm not lying. But they were making a lot of bobbleheads. This is what their first foray of the 10th Doctor one. I happen to have. I'm willing to part with it, so I'm starting to purge some of all the stuff I have in my room, and giving up it as prizes. So yeah, here it is. So once we hit number 2,000, we're gonna draw. We're gonna put a randomizer. Put the names into a randomizer and find number 2,000, contact them and say, hey, guess what? You won something, and we'll mail it to you.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Speaking of which, next weekend, on next Tuesday, we're going to have a special treat for you, because Melanie is going to have a bunch of special treats with our good friend Mark Robinson.
Yes.
We're going to be doing our little unpacking and unwrapping event.
Yes, we're going to be doing a candy exchange.
We're going to be doing the candy exchange there.
We did snacks and sweets between the UK and the US. So last time around, Mark sent around Christmas a big box of candy, which I still have some stuff left. I think I'm down to my last piece of chocolate. But then we decided to do an exchange for Easter. So he sent me a bunch of Easter goodies and I sent him a bunch of Easter goodies. So we're going to have both of us on. We'll kind of just pull some of the stuff out of the box and maybe a little taste testing, a little bit of whether or not we're familiar with it, and even kind of do a compare and contrast, especially with things that we both already have. So like Cadbury, for example, or even Kinder, which he did for me in the last time, and I think he did this time too. So I have the contraband Kinder Surprise, where you cannot get these in the US because there's something inside of it, because technically it's choking hazard for us Americans. But
so what's the one I see in the stores at like Walmart and all those guys? They're not the Kinder. They're like they have like the egg style. What is that?
It's still an egg, but it's made differently. These eggs are actually chocolates on the outside, right, and on the inside of it, it's a hollow egg. But if you can hear inside, there's a little thing rattling around in there.
Okay.
And it's this little yellow capsule, and inside that you would open it up, and that's the toy. over here, stateside, we believe that to be a choking hazard because it's so small for a child. So you cannot purchase this style egg here. So Kinder made a bunch of eggs. But our version of eggs, it's all egg shaped, but when you break it apart, half of it is chocolate or a chocolate kind of feature. It's like kind of, you can scoop it and there's like a little hazelnut crispy thing in the inside. And the other half is completely plastic. And then that's where your toy is. So it's a little different.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Kinder Joy. Yes.
Kinder Joy.
But over there, it's Kinder Surprise.
And there's Mark. By the way.
Yep, Kinder Joy is not Kinder Surprise. So yeah, we can't get Kinder Surprise. But
by the way, when we go through our birthdays, we could say that somebody out in our audience has a special birthday today. I'm just saying.
Who does?
We'll talk about it later, but there might be out in the audience right now. There, I think it's called Kinder Joy. Jamie, I got your questions, and yes, we're going to get to all your Kinder questions. Joy. We're going to get their chats. Let's just go ahead and introduce the team. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and bring in Dave Chapman from the rathole.ca. How you doing there, Dave? And you are I feel like everybody's recovering because half of our team went to Suncoast Comic Con. You went to a convention. You went to Fan Expo in Calgary. Tell us a little bit about that.
It was interesting. It was bought. So Calgary Comics and Entertainment Expo was bought a handful of years ago by Fan Expo, and so there's changes happening. And then of course we hit COVID and all the extra changes that entails. So it's been a very interesting few years for Expo. I had a blast. I work with some of the media guests, so I actually got to work with Kevin Smith and Billy.
I'm assuming Billy Piper, maybe, because he said Billy. That would be the Billy that we would know. Oh, he's talking again.
Oh, it's still not working, huh?
It's still not working.
It's still, you're every 80s Japanese movie ever made.
Yay. All right, well, I'll tell you what.
You're a bad
dub. Ramona says hi.
Come back to me in a minute. I'll see if I can fix it by going to a different computer.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll give you a little break there. Speaking of giving you a little break, we're bringing on our other guest panelist today. Hello, Jessica. It's been a while.
Hello.
I hope you brought enough for everybody in this room. Wait a minute. What do I see behind Jessica? There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing in the Traveling TARDIS Cat Alert. Yes.
We found her.
Yep. Traveling TARDIS Cat Alert. There you go. There. Tell us a little bit about your cat.
Her name's Mel. She did not have surgery. She has anxiety and licks herself. So she doesn't have hair.
She has smooth belly. I want to poke the belly.
She's got very smooth belly.
Aw, little tiny fine baby hairs.
But yeah, this is her. She's crazy.
Hello, baby.
And she's very attached at the hip. So that's why she sticks around.
Camera shy. There we go.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, Dave will be on with us in a little bit, trying to get out the technical things out there. But we'll get to your chats here. Melanie, do you have control of the chat yet? Or no?
Huh?
Do you have control?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Go ahead and play around out there. Today, we're just taking a little break there where you can ask any question at all about Doctor Who, your favorite stuff, or anything you want to bring up, or anything you want to discuss. We're just taking it easy right now because next month, this little guy celebrates his 10th anniversary, his 10th year in existence. 10 years ago that I went on Facebook, hit a button, and said on May 19th, we were going to start the Traveling TARDIS. Now, I just want to make sure the clarity of this. The podcast hadn't started until the Saturday before Jody Whittaker premiered. So that was our first episode of the podcast. But the Traveling TARDIS and the legend about it had started May 19th of 2012. And it's been the icon of every convention in Southeast Florida since. I want to know what Dave Jersey is when he gets back.
In theory, I'm back.
In theory, you're back. Let's see how long that takes. So, Dave, you already panned down and showed us a little bit of that Canadian cowgirl vibe.
Oh, hey.
What jersey are you wearing?
Yeah. This is Emily Expo. This is the mascot / spokes cowboy for the Calgary and Edmonton Comics and Entertainment Expos, and formerly for Saskatoon as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a bit of an older jersey that I was able to get for a previous anniversary year. I think this was their 10th anniversary, and we just happened to find some.
Isn't there like a huge rodeo bull riding kind of festival event there? Is that why? Mm-hmm.
It's Cowtown. It's this Calgary Stampede, the greatest.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Show on earth is the Calgary Stampede. Yes.
Okay. So that's kind of the inspiration of the mascot.
Exactly. Also, it's a person. Like Emily Expo is a person. The founder's wife, Lindsay, was Emily Expo. It was designed after her. It is modeled after her. And for the first until they were bought by Fan Expo, you saw her not with the cowboy hat necessarily, but every show you saw Emily Expo there. She was her.
Yeah, she's a public figure.
Yeah. It makes things all sorts of interesting.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the next episode of Doctor Who, which we think is going to be at the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. There and the is it called Centennial?
For 60, I think so. I want to say it was Centennial. My brain's kind of. I'm almost thinking like, you know, when you see a word and you think it's misspelled, but it isn't, but you keep staring at it long enough. I'm kind of, my brain's doing that with Centennial. What is the 60th anniversary called, y'all? See if you can answer it before I Google it.
Centennial is
100.
100 because Tien.
Right.
The base.
I'm not crazy.
I went Latin. I was like, the Latin base is Tien.
Yeah,
so like, so Sin, like that should be 100, right?
Yeah, there we go. Ian's
okay, good.
Got it, Harry. So yes,
it's a centennial, 100 years of the
centenary.
BBC, not Doctor Centenary.
We found a new word.
The anniversary, not Doctor Who's anniversary. 60 years is coming up.
Sin.
After.
Sin is 100.
100 Sin.
The whole episode doing that. That's it.
Sin with a C.
Yeah, it's diamond.
That's not nearly as much fun though.
Diamond was
all right.
So 60 would be diamond. Diamond Jubilee would be a 60, right?
Well, wouldn't that be
75
fun?
was diamond. No, 60.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I know the gift is a diamond.
Yeah, she went there.
Okay, but like Jody is a girl, like diamond, like is that a stretch?
Eric, yeah.
I really hope it's not, actually. I really want that joke to somehow happen. I can't see how they'll do it, but I really want it to happen now that you point that out.
Yeah, right? If it's the diamond unit. Okay, marketing. Someone get me in charge with the BBC marketing department, and I've got a winner.
Okay.
Which means they'll never use it.
Yeah, because a Diamond Jubilee is 75 years.
Yeah, Diamond Jubilee is 75.
The Diamond Anniversary is 60. I mean, I think that's just a correlation of what kind of gift you would give.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
it's weird.
Oh my!
Is it sad that the only reason I know what a Diamond Jubilee is?
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, so join your best friend with the Doctor Who special.
Hey-o.
It's like we're having 4 different
I just remember that, yeah,
well, Diamond 60 anniversary.
No, I remember when I was in Boy Scouts a long time ago, and they had, that's how I knew about the 75th, was they celebrated their Diamond Jubilee on the 70th. So, yeah, there you go.
Okay. Thank you. I keep forgetting it's 100 years BBC, and it's correlating with the 60th anniversary. Not correlating, but because in a couple years, 3 years, it'll be the 60th. And that's where I'm getting my wires all crossed. As everybody in the chats knows more Doctor Who than my brain. So maybe y'all come, let's switch places. I'm just going to keep.
I think all of our brains are mushed.
Well, can we jump back to Jamie's question? Jamie's been asking this question about what, and I have one question, and it's a question behind it. There you go. What is your favorite episode of Doctor Who? Dave, you want to take that first?
Oh, not first? No.
My favorite episode of Doctor Who that I can watch over and over and over and over and over again, funny enough, which is a kind of a good segue for what we're talking about earlier, is the 50th anniversary. That happens to be one where no matter what time, it's one of those that if it's on TV and you turn it on, no matter what point in the show, I'll probably sit down and I'll start watching it because I find that one extremely entertaining. I find it good. You know, it's one of those that once it's on, I'm probably not going to change the channel. But oddly enough, I'm not going to necessarily I'm not going to necessarily say I'm going to watch Doctor Who. I'm going to seek out to watch it all the time. But if it's on, I'm watching it. And if someone's asking me what episode that I recommend to watch for the first time or haven't been in a long time, 50th.
And that was your first episode, right? Or what was your first episode?
Well, first episode ever was like a Fourth Doctor, kind of the Tom Baker run that I watched with my father. So, but that wasn't really ingrained into this plots and everything, kind of imprinting into the memory banks of my brain. But when I started getting back into it, Vincent and the Doctor got me back in a little bit. But I mean, this is well after it had shown or it had aired. I watched that and then I went, oh, I need to get back into this. And it just so happened to be around the 50th was coming out. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and watch. Let me go find that again and watch it. So really that was the one that got me back, luckily because of Tom Baker. And then I'm like, okay, going back, starting with 9. And here we are. I'm so sorry.
Jessica, what's your episode? What's your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah, this one's a toughie.
It's a hard one.
It's lining up 800 kids and telling them which one's your favorite.
Yeah. Because like the one I can watch over and over, I don't know if it would be like my favorite.
But if you could watch it over and over again, doesn't that's got to be some type of favorite?
Well, I mean,
it's like saying your favorite ice cream. I mean, you should have multiples, right? Unless you're lactose intolerant. But then you
Doctor
have
Who,
other ice
practically
creams.
when Doctor Who's showing, I watch it and it doesn't even matter where it is. It's like it could be 2/3 into the show, it could be 1/3 because it just started.
Well, Jamie's already answered the question.
Yeah, Jamie's got Castrovalva. Jamie, in the chat, can you tell us a little bit of why you like Castrovalva? The Sylvester McCoy era is okay. Yeah, it's always been given the bad rap. It's always treated like the distant cousin, but I always liked it. It took a little bit to get used to because when Sylvester started out, it was kind of like the clownish seventh Doctor, and then Andrew Cartmel took over and said, "We're going to make you make it the mysterious Doctor," and that's when it started to take off. That's when it didn't get a chance.
Which one is Castrovalva? I can't.
That's
my class
Doctor.
It's
It's the first story of the Fifth Doctor. It's the post-regeneration.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense why I'm not.
To give you the rundown, the Master's trying to kill off the Doctor, creates this like planet or city, Castrovalva, kidnaps Adric, and he's trying to kill off the Doctor by, at one point, he tries to throw the TARDIS into the Big Bang to try to wipe out the Doctor, and it fails. If anybody knows about if.
Spoilers, Adric losing? No.
Okay. No. Adric's captured, but they get him back. He's kind of working for the Master because he's stuck up, and he's using he's stuck in this weird trap that's supposed to be like using computations from his brain to make Castrovalva. It was just a weird story, but it kind of had I liked it. I liked it a lot.
It was a good one. I'm just getting into the Fifth Doctor right now, so and I'm really enjoying it. He did a very good job for most of what he had. Black Orchid.
He's not Tom Baker, so I don't like him.
It's my friend Patty Hawkins, who show hosts the online content on GalaxyCon, and he and I have the same thing. Peter Davison took my favorite Doctor away. Yeah. Who's this kid? Where's the floppy hair? Where's the hat? Where's the scarf? So
I was so young at that point, while we were watching it. My father was like, I don't like this guy, and didn't watch it, so therefore I didn't like him.
Yeah,
that young and impressionable. Also, PBS here, we watched the Fourth Doctor. He regenerated into some blonde guy, and then we went back to 1. So or back to the beginning of 4.
Yeah.
Speaking of back at the beginning of 4, we're welcoming into the stream Kevo Risse.
What segue was that?
Talking more. Well, I told you.
Sorry,
you should know this by now.
I know. But hey, Kevo.
Hi. I had YouTube and you guys playing at the same time, so I had to pause it. I was okay.
Speaking of which, folks, thank you so much. We just need 5 people to subscribe. We're at 2,000. We were at 10. Now we just need 5 more people to subscribe, and we're at 2,000. We will hit our 2K. And speaking of which, we're going to, yes, there we go. Let me go ahead and enlarge that. One of those 2,000 people are going to be getting that. Dave
Could be old.
Head, the 10th Doctor.
You could be an old subscriber. You could be a new subscriber.
Exactly.
Current subscriber. So yeah, everybody's in the pot, even if you're current. So don't be afraid. Don't do the thing where you think it's going to be the number 2000, so you start unsubscribing and then trying to subscribe. Please don't do that.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm not going to pick number 2000.
Content.
That's not how math works.
No, the randomizer might put you. You should have the same chance, but if you're number 2000, as you are as number 1. But yeah, no. Don't do that.
Just be careful. Don't do that, because if you hold off, we may just like postpone a little bit. Don't be one
Dave.
of those. Exactly.
That. I mean, they're very rare. I still can't win.
Okay, let's see.
Speaking of Dave, well, that's my segue. We're going to commercial break. When we return, we're going to welcome in Kevo. We're going to ask him the question that Jamie posed to us. What is your favorite episode, Doctor? Just keep that in mind when we get back from the commercial break. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Join author Gary Zeiger for an animatic short film based on his breakaway Stingray novel series. Watch this animatic short based on the novel Stingray, You Can't Hide Forever at stingrayseries.com. In Stingray, You Can't Hide Forever, Captain Epsilon is putting the band back together to rescue his protege's little sister from the evil conglomerate, while keeping his state-of-the-art warship Stingray out of their hands. Watch as the adventure unfolds in the groundbreaking animatic short at stingrayseries.com. Then, join the crew of Stingray with the next novel in the series, Stingray Prophecy, where Captain Epsilon and Dr. Zubre are pivotal players in an ancient prophecy. Can they reunite the people of two worlds before they destroy each other? To learn more, visit stingrayseries.com.
Hi, my name is Jamie Engel, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, a short story collection suited to match your bathroom needs. Only have to go a little? No problem. I've got stories under 1,000 words for you. Far from poopin'? I've got you covered, with stories over 5,000 words to keep you occupied, while your latrine stays occupied. And that's not all. The Toilet Papers is endorsed by the fine folks from Squatty Potty, the stool for better stools. But don't take my word for it. See what Dookie the Squatty Potty unicorn has to say on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Well, I've got to go, but you can grab your copy of The Toilet Papers on Amazon in ebook or print, or get an autographed copy from me at therightangle.com. And don't worry, I promise I'll wash my hands first. The Toilet Papers. You might just stay in the bathroom longer than you need to.
Welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basel. Today we've got a special episode. We're just taking it easy because a lot of us are just recovering from either a convention or some other underlying thing. And Melina was supposed to be on, and poor girl, she got sick. That's why she wasn't in the last week's episode. So we all given our love and support for Melina, our Puerto Rican Whovian over there. I hope she's doing much better. And we want to welcome you all here to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Ask us anything within reason, that is. Welcome, folks. My name is Christian Basel. This is the lovely Melanie Dean. All the way down at the other end is Dave at the rathole.ca.
Who's not lovely?
What's that? That's not lovely.
I'm not lovely.
I'm trying to give you credit. Down the next line
I'm not
is
either, so
Kevo
we're
Risse
good.
at Kevo Really on his Instagram and his podcast. Husband's Talking More or Less with Nico. And Jessica Womack, you can catch her cosplay at Song Swan Cosplay on the Instagram. Go ahead, Melanie. I think it was holding something. What's your favorite Doctor? Oh, yeah, we were getting to that. Kevo, that's
we
for you.
we
my
still
friend.
haven't all answered.
Oh, okay. Who's well, Kevo just showed up, so Kevo, take it away.
Fear her, obviously.
All the
That's a
magpie
choice.
televisions.
A bold
Obviously, I'm
choice.
joking. Oh my god. Could you imagine?
Oh my god, Kevo.
I'm sure there are people who have that as their favorite, though, and like, it's a choice.
The
It's a
Olympics part was
choice.
cool.
It's just
That's about it. Personal favorite has always been the Impossible Planet two-parter. It was like when I first got into the show, one that I really loved, and then later when I learned how much rewriting Russell T Davies did as a showrunner, and on that episode especially, plus the fact that that final scene at the end was Billie Piper's last scene filmed as Rose Tyler before coming back in series 4, like a lot of stuff like that. I thought it was really cute, sweet, simple bottle episode. So that's one that's always been very significant to me, at least.
I just want to let everybody know I finally got it.
Which one's that?
It's from Wish. That's why it doesn't open all the way.
You're joking. You bought
I
a Sonic from Wish.
Yeah, I did. I had
just to see what happens.
And much to the surprise of no one, it doesn't fully work.
It's got it has its moments, but you know, I always wanted to have
It has arthritis.
It does have arthritis.
It doesn't even open. It's
And
like
it's just like yeah. It really takes it. But it was originally, I thought this was the 11th Sonic, and this is 12th Sonic, which has the button. Yeah, well, there is a difference. I found out.
Doesn't look like glasses to me at all.
Well, the difference is that with 11s, you actually, when it's extended, you have to hit the button here to get it to operate.
oh, that's all. That's all the toys, though.
No, 12. When they made the 12th Doctor Sonic, which is actually this one, they put the button down here, all the way down here. So when it's extended, with the 11th Doctor, you actually, when it's extended, you have to actually move up and hit the button. 12th Doctor, the button works when it's extended or when it's retracted. So
Ken's is that way. It's the bottom one, but then when I extend it, it won't work. It has to be the top one.
Top one, right. So I don't know why they made that difference, but it's actually dubbed the 12th Doctor Sonic, and it works in both sections. And yeah, it's a Wish. So I was just like, the thing is, if you go online, oh, there we go. Traveling TARDIS alert. Cat alert.
Let's leave that up.
Aw.
Not to interrupt, but we couldn't miss you, cat.
We could.
Mama,
Just go away.
It's okay.
This is important.
And that's my beaker, by the way, that everybody's seen. Everybody loves that picture of him and the TARDIS. So, aw.
Comfy.
Nope, not anymore. Camera shy again. Camera shy again.
She likes to hide it smaller, and you're like, oh, my face. She's a proper female. She's like, oh, I don't want to look at me.
So has everybody answered the question, and we can go on to the next one?
I think Jessica and Dave are still missing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my unpopular opinion, it's the movie.
That's
just because you hung out with Yiji.
I mean that is
true. It's Canada.
It was filmed in Vancouver. I've now been, even before I hung out with him, and even before I'd watched it many times. Once I got to it, and I did watch it specifically for this show, but. Yeah, no, it's just a fun episode. It's a fun little, it's very, very different in context of everything else. It ties old and new together very, very well. And yes, I've gone to several of the locations.
You can see that they really did, as much as that there was a lot of failings in it, they really did seem to try to have a really good effort in trying to reboot the franchise with it, that they were trying to tie some old, try to invigorate some new, and that they were trying to go, okay, we're gonna make a really good effort to make this the thing that sticks and gets us Doctor Who again during the wilderness years. But
it's also my favorite version of the theme because it's just so much bigger. I mean,
because now we're doing
great.
with instead of the synth pop or the the synthesizer, you now have a full orchestra playing the theme, and it's really, I kind of liked it. I think it brought out Paul McGann, which to me, arguably, some of the scenes and some of the stuff he did in that is better than some of the stuff that people, doctors who've been serving for years. Some of the stuff, I just love his interpretation of the Doctor, which is what people argue is the romantic Doctor, because he seemed to have that lust for life, that zest for existence, and he loves humanity from his perspective. I mean, that was kind of the other perspective from where Capaldi was kind of like the Ninth Doctor, who says like the stupid apes and stuff like that. He kind of liked the human race.
Andrew Morris here has a great point as well. The interior of that TARDIS,
yes,
gorgeous, very beautiful.
It is definitely probably my favorite version of the TARDIS too.
Which is really weird when you had that one little condensed set with all the round things and everything. They would shake the TARDIS or shake the camera, and now you have this huge thing, and you go in to see the Eye of Harmony, and all these bats are flying across. So I was just like, this is just okay.
I just like when you look at 9 and 10's. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, so I like how 8's TARDIS is very it's gorgeous. It's just it's got a lot of elements. It's got a lot of texture. It's very polished. It's very refined. It's just an Easter egg, a treasure trove of Easter eggs you can look in there. But then you get into as in the 50th they call 9 and 10's the grunge phase of the TARDIS, and then it slowly 11 inherits it. It slowly gets more kind of like it got rolled around a flea market. But then you start getting a little bit better and better and better, especially when you get into 12. And now you've got the circular rotunda around the motor, the time rotor. It's starting to at least have the archways around. You're having levels. You're starting to get it to be nice again. And then I was kind of hoping that Jody's was going to be, we're going to have more like of an 8 thing. And then we went back to grunge phase. It's like, okay.
Honestly,
we're building again.
I would believe one of the reasons Russell T Davies is coming back is something like, damn it, my TARDIS was only one room. I barely got to take advantage of it because of budget. And now I at least hope that that's something that he's going to do, because I really agree. It's bigger on the inside. Why aren't more people taking advantage of that?
Yeah, I agree. I would love to. We saw a hint of the wardrobe room, but we got to hear about the pool in the 11. The 11th had a pool and all this other stuff. But I didn't even think about that. I think you're absolutely right, Kevo. That
we did briefly see it.
We see the pool journey to the center of the TARDIS, and then River lands in the pool.
That's right, because I know River goes into the pool.
So we've seen the pool-ish. Like, people have used the pool.
Well, if I remember correctly, like during the Fourth Doctor's period, I could, and somebody correct me on this, I forget what episode it was with Leela. He has a pool, but you could tell he's at the local YMCA or something like that. I mean, it was just really like, we know you're at a gym or something like that.
Oh, just like the BBC prop storage room of requirements that we see as well, that has basically all these random props. I think that was also in Journey to the Center of the TARDIS with Clara, where the crib was there, the little pram was there, and I was like, oh, so this is BBC's prop storage.
This is the closet.
This is cute. This is the closet. I call it the room of requirements,
They turned the 7th Doctor into Merlin. Which one's it? Oh, Battlefield, yeah.
Oh, we're far back in the comments because we haven't answered the first question.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and round the lease. Ramona says Battlefield, they turned the 7th. Well, they hinted the 7th Doctor was Merlin. I forgot who's the counter for Merlin in Excalibur. I forgot her name. Morgana
Le Fay.
Yes.
Morgan
they had that version in Battlefield, and they were hinting that the 7th Doctor was Merlin, which is really odd, but okay, whatever. I know some of you.
If
listen to
so, then
Big
Missy
Finish.
was definitely Morgana. Just saying.
She would have been awesome. I know some of you
Right?
listen to Big Finish. Is you could choose 3 Big Finish stories that could be made into TV's episodes. Which would they be?
Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay, commercial break. let's hold that one for the commercial. I know we need some time, but in the meantime, Traveling TARDIS pictures of the day. But before we get to those, want to wish Louise Jamison a very happy birthday. She turned 71 April 20th. I think we mentioned in the last episode, but today of all people, Melanie,
What?
Our own Mark.
I know.
He's got a birthday today. And I grabbed this picture from his profile. So happy birthday, Mark Robinson. And can't wait to see you on the next episode.
On the next episode, where we are going to
episode.
get diabetes.
The actual
Sorry.
pictures of the day, we have a meme from Happy Birthday, Tim Curry. He turned 76 back on April.
Oh,
I can't even write what I wrote. I think it was April 19th. And tomorrow we've got 2 birthdays of 2 people who've had their touch with the TARDIS. Of course, the lovely Kevin McNally, who was in Doctor Who Flux for 3 episodes.
heck yeah. I would love to see that character come back.
Yeah, hopefully he will be coming back soon to our show. And the lovely Jenna Coleman. Both will be celebrating birthdays tomorrow. And she didn't know what to do with the Traveling TARDIS either when she took a picture.
It's a great photo.
It is a great photo. It reminds me of Flatliners, when she's holding the small TARDIS and playing with it. So happy birthday to everybody out there. And keep in mind next Tuesday, yes, you will be seeing Melanie eating.
Why did you let him take that?
Never gets old.
I didn't.
We're going to get to commercial break. When we return, we're going to be answering that question. I think, well, first of all, Jessica still has to answer the question of the favorite episode, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we'll get to that, and then we'll answer Andrew's question when we return. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in. You know the deal.
We are a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We go from house to house every Friday night, and we create music, we create food, a good time, we stream it live, and we do it for free. So now we're just really kind of like trying to develop it and build a community group that people believe in, then they'll help us. So we played from our rehearsal room, we played from the bathroom, thankfully that didn't catch on.
I probably played guitar in my room, not for anyone, in front of anyone, nobody heard, for probably about 10 years.
And then one Friday night, we played from the kitchen. It's the main place people want to be. It's where the food is, it's where the drink is, it's where the best lighting is. You can go to any party and I guarantee you, the kitchen is going to be popping.
Our ultimate goal, I think, would be to crash kitchens every Friday all around the world.
You're also going to see the Kitchen Killers performing live as we go to MegaCon in 2 weeks. We'll be doing a special, I think, 6 panels, but we're going to give you more details as we get closer to MegaCon. But up next is Jessica, who's going to give us her favorite episode of Doctor Who. Yeah, that's you.
What? No. So after thinking on it, honestly, I think it comes down to like your first is your favorite. Like, so the one that kind of like pulled me into Doctor Who, which is going to actually be like, it's a 2-parter, but it's Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. I really like those because you get thrown into it. It's all new. Like, everyone who's established is just as confused as everyone who's never seen it before. Like, I love it. I like a good mystery. I like a good alien. It has it all, and history all in one. Like, I think it has it all. I enjoy it.
And you have
that is my go back and watch it.
You have a history that you tell folks about River Song, because you go backwards in her timeline, literally, in the episodes where people have been watching it forward. You've been going backwards to watch the River Song episodes. So
that was actually like one of my first dish, because I ended up watching the very end of Day of the Moon with the little girl regenerating, and I was like, who's the little girl? I'm really like, how can she do that? And my friend who was watching was like, I don't know who she is. I don't know how she can do that. And I was like, well, I want to know, like, what's going on here? Because I also popped in when my friend was watching Impossible Astronaut, because I was just trying to be a butt, as most roommates do. She was a huge Whovian, and I had tried it, and I was like, not for me. Like, farting monsters, like, that's great. So she was watching it. I popped the earbud in, and I watched the doctor die on the beach. And I was like, oh, so what happened? Like, so is he actually dead? Because, like, and it was as it was coming out. So she was like, I don't know. And I was like, so was that actually him? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, shouldn't he have regenerated? Because she'd kind of told me about it. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I, like, took the earbud out, I handed it back, and walked away. And, like, that was honestly, like, my first, like, introduction to Doctor Who was watching the doctor die on a beach. In very River Song fashion. But then I came back and I annoyed her when the second episode came out, and I was just like, did you ever find out? She's like, I don't know, this is what's going on. And so I come in right at the end of the episode and watch the little girl regenerate, and I was like, so what's going on with that? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, all right, well, if you find out, let me know, because I'm really interested. So
you're asking the questions everyone else who knows the lore of Doctor Who is asking, and you're just like a complete novice going, what? I don't understand. I,
like,
I don't know either. What the heck?
She was like, I don't know either. And then, of course, like, Let's Kill Hitler happened. She was like, okay, I have answers. And I'm like, okay. She was like, just watch this episode. And of course, I watched that, and I was like, okay, so I have more questions. There goes
this
the cat.
show's weird.
But yeah, that's how I ended up being introduced into Doctor Who, and I watched it in reverse order because all of my questions revolved around this little girl that had regeneration energy coming out of her hands. And I was like, how is that possible? I thought he was the only one. She was like, I don't know. Yeah. So I do enjoy Day of the Moon Impossible Astronaut, though, because it's got everything.
I just think it's funny. You're like my mother in a movie theater. I'll be sitting there watching the movie, and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, watch the movie.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly. This is the second time.
See, but I didn't know that. I thought she had more information. She just wasn't telling me. Like, I was like, you've watched the series for how long? Yeah. Like, what season is this? And you don't know what's going on? She was like, no, I don't. And I'm like, oh, I like that. Like, I'm intrigued by the fact that you've been watching it for so long and you have no clue what's going on. That, for me, was the thing that drove me into Doctor Who. Confusion.
Oh my
So, Christian, what's your favorite episode?
My favorite classic episode is probably one that everybody thinks I'm crazy. The Talons of Wang Chiang, because I don't know what it was about that story. It freaked me out. Deep Roy playing the pig homunculus was the scariest thing that still, even if I watch it today, still scares that crap out of me. I mean, that's just one of many things. I think the scene, because this was where Jago and Lightfoot were spun off when they finally got to Big Finish. This is where they came from. And I love that Eliza Doolittle like set up with Leela, you know, and when you know, what are these? These are utensils, and she's just grabbing the meat and putting it in her mouth. And there was just some great characters. There was a great story around it. I think it was a little bit long, and I think for kids today, if somehow or another this episode was to be made for today's, it probably wouldn't fly. There was there was, you know, a mention of drugs and stuff like that were going on. But I think it was just a wonderful story to tell. I mean, I really don't have like dim story. There were some things I loved. The first episode, the Rebus operation, because it introduced Mary Tam as the companion and Romana, which she did a brilliant job. I think I'm not saying anything bad about Leela, but there was something about Mary Tam that worked so well with Tom Baker. And their little verbal sparring of playful sparring off of each other. And Lala Ward picked it up really well and went with it and made it her own. But there was something about Mary Tam that was magical with Tom, especially with Kane and everything. And it was just bad to see her go. I thought she should at least stayed on for a series or two to kind of keep things going out there. But I'm like, Doctor Who to me, and like I said, when it comes to classic Who, there's really not a dud. If I go on Pluto TV now and watch and see something 2/3 of the way in, I'll continue to watch it. It's one of those things that I'll just pick up from anywhere and just move on. For New Who, I would say it would be the 50th anniversary, and I also say this: the gateway drug that I use to get people into Doctor Who, Vincent and the Doctor. It's the of everything. It has emotion. It has the sci-fi. It really has a deep story with Vincent Van Gogh. And Amy just, the flirtation between Vincent and Amy, going back and forth, but there's this kinship in there. And it just really had a really wonderful, I guess for a better term, twist at the end, where Amy is assuming that Vincent's going to live long, but they didn't really change anything as far as how he was going to live. But yeah, we were the good things about his life. And I think that was the most important part. The 10th Doctor says there's some people who live to be only 30 years old and they live longer than people who are 100. And I guess if you're a part of the good things in some people's life, I think that's important out there. Okay.
So we are now officially 48 minutes into the show, and we've
completed
the first question.
And there's tons of questions. Okay, we'll try to knock it out as best we can there. So three episodes of Big Finish. If anybody wants to try to hit this question, I know some of us are still kind of
stranded.
3 episodes. Stranded,
which is all of them. So we're just, I think counts for more than just one, I think. And anything with Iris Wildtime.
Gotcha. I would say my favorite episode, The Holy Terror, because I want to see how they pull off Frobisher.
Yeah.
I really want to see how they pull that off. And I think it was a redeeming episode of the 6th Doctor. The Prisoner of the Sun, which I think is just a cool episode. It's a very small one with the 8th Doctor. And I also want to see Relative Dimensions, because it's the first inkling of any episode in Big Finish that I can think of. They brought back Susan, and Susan has a son. So now there's this dilemma about this great grandson that the Doctor has to deal with. Is he a Time Lord or is he human? And really couldn't, unfortunately, I don't want to spoiler it, but we find out some things at the end that are really tragic. So those are probably 3 I would probably pick up. Anybody else want to jump on and go for it? Otherwise, we can hit the next question.
If this is just wishful thinking, I'll go with Ravagers, but since that's a 9th Doctor one, and would love to see him live again. Otherwise, I'm good with Stranded and seeing more 8th Doctor, live action. Honestly, anything in the 8th Doctor catalog would be perfectly wonderful with. But no, also I think live action Frobisher, I would really kind of. That's kind of singing to me too, funny enough. I mean, there's Big Finish, not Big Finish, I'm sorry, the audiobooks like Doctor Who Scratchman. I would love to see that as live action. But we don't have 2 of the actors anymore. So some of the stuff I'm good where it is. But if all things being equal, I'm good with the Ravagers being the one. Give me more 9th Doctor. Give me more 9th Doctor, give me more 8th Doctor.
And for those of you not familiar with Frobisher is a shape-shifting, I forgot what the alien is called, but he decides to shapeshift into a penguin. He
settles on a penguin.
With a New York accent. It's just really just bizarre.
Not just New York, a 1940s Cagney kind of mobster feel.
And it just same.
But it works. It works.
It does work. I just want to see some of the scenes from Rob Sherman because he wrote that episode. All right, next question. Will you be inviting some of your subscribers to join in on future podcasts?
Well, next one will be Mark.
That's
Because
true.
I can't.
So yes,
But that could be
there's
that
always
could
a
be a possibility.
possibility.
That's more
There's
than a
always-
possibility. It's definitely a damn good contest.
Possibly, yeah.
Andrew, talking to you, maybe get people need to make sure that you have good cameras and audio.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
We got it up over there. Make sure that that's in working order, guys. We just need 4 more people to subscribe. 4 more. That's it. You're almost there. Peter Davison was a dish of the day, a breed pig that want to be eaten in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And he did theme song to with his wife at the time, Button Moon, who played Trillian in the Hitchhiker's Guide as well, the mother and father of Jenny. Yep. He was also on for a very short time that I got to watch at Campion, where he played a detective. He actually hums the theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Will David Tennant be returning to the 60th?
We did an entire episode on that. Go back and find it.
Okay, fine. But just in case, Jamie, I'm going to say yes.
I'm thinking yes. I think it's going to be very difficult to keep him and his family out.
I think
Anybody else? Anybody else answer?
I'm thinking if you're bringing back Ace and Tegan, I think you're kind of hinting that there's probably going to be more along the way.
Different writers, though. It's completely going to be the new regime for the 60th, so it really depends on what Russell T. Davies wants his first episode back to be. It could be no one. He's weird, though. You never know.
I think he likes to show off. I think he likes to play.
He does. You're right.
It's lovely. Blink. Yet it is. Blink, Heaven Sent, and the Gone Complex are chef kisses for me. Yes. Well, Fear has a cute cat.
These are all old, so we're
fine.
I'm trying to get...
Okay, go for it. Let's hit them. Trial of the Time Lord was strange in my opinion. Colin Baker played as a sixth.
I love Trial of Time Lord. That's one of my. Oof.
I'm shouting.
If you can get a Trial of the Valyard, which is supposed to be kind of the sequel that kind of takes place after it. It's got Linda Bellingham. It's got Michael Jason, who plays the Valyard, and it's got Colin Baker. That's it. That's the whole cast, and that's all there needs to be. And if you're a big fan of Trial of the Time Lord, Trial of the Valyard is chef's kiss. Sonic Wish. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Your wish, Sonic.
My wish, Sonic. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Christina. My 11th Doctor Sonic has a button in the middle and on the very bottom of what? They actually have the button down here on the 11th. 12th has the button that works both. They said, "Oh, we figured it out." I do have a lot of good memories of the movie. Again, is awesome in the TARDIS Centauri. Yeah, I love that. The scanner was the whole ceiling.
Yeah,
the whole ceiling. It was like a planetarium. I loved it. Hello there.
Hey.
She's going to be on MegaCon. I'm happy about that. Jody's interior is like a new age TARDIS, all crystals.
I did like the crystals. I mean, I went the whole point of me saying, I kind of went back to grunge phase, but I thought it was another way of doing an organic kind of feel. And so instead of coral, we went crystal. So that was pretty cool.
Absolutely loved Journey to the Center of the TARDIS for more TARDIS rooms.
Agreed.
It's a great one.
I actually have a meme that says there's something wrong with the TARDIS, and it's Johnny from Airplane pulling the plug out and goes, "Just kidding." If anybody knows that movie. Leela was in the pool. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she was swimming in the pool. I remember that gymnasium. Hey, Melina, hope you're feeling better. The Whovian family just stopping by. Hope you feel better. My favorite episode is Unicorn the Wasp. Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Agatha Christie, go for it. Oh, yeah, happy birthday, the Mark. Yes, absolutely. Catching up on the chats real fast there. If you had a TARDIS, would you rather go to the past or the future? And if we had a whole episode on that. And if it's the past, what time period would you go to?
So we'll do a quick round, right?
Yeah, I'm going future.
I'm going future.
Probably
too.
same.
Anybody else? Past or future? Dave.
I don't like the way that the world looks like it's going. So like past, the only time I'll go future if it's not on this planet.
I'll go future just to see how bad it gets. And
I don't want to know anymore. I do not.
I want to just keep going to the future, like it's Futurama, and just keep going. You're like, okay, we're just gonna keep going around the horn. Went too far again. Keep going.
Birthday request. I would love for you guys to come over to the UK for Sons of Scar Gathering.
I'll be closed. We'll be in Germany that weekend.
What? There you go, Mark. He's going to be in Germany. That's like a state over, kind of. 3 states over.
State over?
if you're
actually,
in
In
the US,
American terms, yeah.
in American terms, that's not
Yeah,
that far.
basically, it's not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
And, say in UK terms or European terms, I think that probably means far.
on-
In North American terms, that's not that far.
No, and if I
That's
wasn't
a bad
actually at an event, I might try. But
Although he is on islands, you'd have to take there's only one tunnel, right, that goes into France, and then from there you have to go.
Okay, but if you
fly.
buy the plane, if you buy the plane ticket while you're over there, super cheap.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said it in that accent, but
I love
you're
it though.
Frobisher. And now you're
super
Frobisher.
cheap. You can
Oh my god.
Don't
Oh
take
my God.
Ryanair though.
oh,
Bring
Don't
a
take
sweater.
Ryanair. All
Oh
those
my
pilots that
gosh.
used to land on air carriers, they just fly
your
in
sweater.
and go bam.
It's gonna be cold that time of year. Make sure you bring a sweater.
Yeah.
Bring a sweater.
let me
River Song is a big
I want
reason
the
I still
entire
like
episode to be done in this voice, Jessica.
That would
Okay,
be
we can-
perfect.
Yet it is.
I'm
Oh,
here representing
River.
America.
There you go. Got a big fan down here with Jessica. I mean, she even
Yeah.
cosplays River Song.
I
Magnus
do.
Greel, yes, Magnus Greel. I like classic Who. Yeah, I think more
Yeah,
people
that's good.
should go for it.
Hello.
Hello. Here's
Hello.
where everyone is. I accidentally watching and commenting on Christian's live. Oh, okay. That's not an accident. You can comment anywhere.
We were also running really behind on the chat, so you were probably
Yeah.
going, and I wasn't able to kind of click on.
So,
Let's see.
we only need 3 people left. My goodness.
Oh, we got one more. 3. We got 3 minutes.
3
One person per minute. We can do
All
it.
right, per minute there. Frobisher, Whifferdale. Thank you, Ramona. That's the alien. Whifferdills. Whifferdills.
Bless you.
Shut up. Hashtag. There's our hashtag guru. I hope they do all of the Doctor Who things all together for the 50th. That would be interesting.
There's all sorts of YouTube videos of that, and it's like an hour long or something.
That's
take
what
a while to do.
And
Thank you,
for
Vampire
being on,
Jeremy.
thank you very much, Jeremy, and thank you for joining us on the Twitch, supporting Twitch. Thanks for your answer, guys. By the way, I do want to go night all. Gotcha. We'll see you later there, Vampire Jeremy, and please don't forget to subscribe and chat.
Did we catch up?
We're getting
Look.
there. Oh, here we go. So
We're
you thought you
right
could hide
here.
from me,
What do you
Christian
mean
and Dave?
I'm hiding.
Thought we could hide. You can't hide.
We're
I can't
not
hide.
hiding.
Camera's always on. I mean, on my computer, so
live.
they're always on.
Poof.
Well,
you're
I
right.
can do
Now I
that
can
too.
hide.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do that. Hey, well, look, I'm bigger now.
Get back down to size.
I can be an icon. There we go.
I can be an
Oh, you
icon.
already were an icon, darling.
I'm Ron.
Just be an
Ron David
icon.
Smoker. There you go.
You're
You
iconic.
can totally
Ron
be an
David
icon.
I be an icon. Oh, look at me. I always
Go back
thought
to the
other
ring.
people, when they do the icon thing, they see that thing, that round thing that just hovers.
90s would be fine with me. That was my high school, middle
90s?
school days, so I could
nothing wrong
deal
with
with that.
They don't have to
Yeah.
deal with.
See, that's in the
I
past, but
needed
it's not like
movies.
too bad.
I could deal.
Oh,
You
no.
know what? I can do that with a few lotto tickets. I'm good. I'll Back to the Future this. Buy more.
And actually,
buy
if
more
I
tickets.
were to go to the past, I want to see the opening of Disneyland. Definitely want
Ooh.
to be there.
Oh, I don't,
Yeah,
because
okay.
barely any rides were open.
It doesn't matter.
Half of them weren't working, but I
Shenanigans.
want to see it. I
There was
just
How
want
that
to see it.
working?
stupid toilet display.
I would watch Star Wars in theaters. 76. That's where I go. I want to
Ooh.
see
Oh,
it.
that would be fun.
Right.
The lines
Sorry.
would be long.
Ugh, not if you go opening night
Not
because
a
no one
purse.
knew about it.
I want to
That's
go
true.
back to when the
That's what I would
prequels
do.
were coming out in the 98
99.
through 99, and I'd bring my phone and I'd capture all of the trolls who said they hate the movies, and I'd capture video of them clapping at the very end and going,
Mhm.
"What happened? You started communicating with each other, didn't it?
The troll.
You had no problem watching the film, or did I just imagine that?" Sorry,
Yup.
I knew this was going to turn Star Wars. Sorry.
I did really good. And then
I
you
was
asked
trying.
me going to the past question, and I'm sorry. Like, I'd go watch Star Wars.
This is my first question.
I'm gonna go with
Wasn't
Jessica.
Very original. Here's one for you. Do you think the next Doctor will be announced before Jody's final
Yes.
episode? Everybody says yes. At least
Oh.
all the people. I personally would like
They
it
did
if
it
they
last
didn't
time.
say anything. and just the new Doctor just shows right up there.
I kind of want that. Personally, I want just
once.
It's
just once.
hard though, because because we have like still 18 months before the 60th anniversary special. There's going to be filming for that. They're going to be filming for the new series before that airs, probably, God willing. Oh my God. So it is going to be released just because people will find out. I agree. I kind of wish that it could just be whatever and we could be surprised, but it's the news media is really what it is. People are ravenous to have new news stories. They'll make something up if we don't have this.
Yeah.
But I would only say yes because we're going to start filming and production in the next few weeks. So
well, they made an announcement when Colin Baker took over for Peter Davison. They made the announcement so people knew. The only problem is they put it right at the end of the Caves of Androzani. He was only on for like 2-3 minutes, and that was it. So we really didn't get an introduction to a Doctor. I would just say, for me personally, I would love it if they would just one Doctor, they just didn't say anything until they happen, and then we take, just a bit of a short lead for the next filming to where we get to know the Doctor slowly as they regenerate out. So people will be speculating. But yeah, I think I know RTD, he's going to announce it because he probably wants to get the
hype.
The hype going. Thank you.
Or what if they false announce someone that no one would like?
That would be smart.
Or what if this next Doctor is only in the 60th and then regenerates again into the next series? Like, one of the things is we broke the regeneration limit. So we could have like 6 Doctors in the next 5 years. Who knows?
That would be amazing if they did a false regeneration, like they regeneration back to like either like they borrow Tennant or they borrow McGann just to say we're doing this,
and they're like and
then all of a sudden they okey doke and go we're back, and that's
how they surprise us with a new Doctor.
Yeah, they could leak filming like Paul McGann in certain places, but they don't.
Exactly.
They leak these pictures, and it's just like, oh, this is going to happen. Then I can only see that kind of backfiring.
Have the leak thing happen?
Unless
and
Paul
then
was
they
in
make the announcement of like, after the leak things and a couple firings at the BBC, we will announce that officially so-and-so is the thing.
Wow.
But
Star Wars is doing it because I mean they went full on to keep the whole. Yeah, people's got to know this part. To keep Luke under wrap, they went as far as having all their storyboard animators and they were drawing Plo Koon. They were drawing a different Jedi coming in, and it was believable enough that people think, well, no, Filoni loves Plo Koon. That was Plo's his favorite guy. It was believable enough, but the leak never happened. But they already had they had that false leak ready to go.
Yeah.
And Russell loves deception. He really loves tricking the audience.
So they announce someone. I'm not going to believe it.
Yeah.
I'm still saying that they should kind of backtrack and just say we're going to do an 8th Doctor series, but somehow or another the 8th Doctors, we're going to run 3 seasons of the 8th Doctor, but this is going to lead up to the 14th. Like the 8th Doctor has something to do with what's going to happen eventually to the 14th. The 2 of them are going to get together, and I think that would be a cool. That's my opinion.
I know one of the rumors, and I know it's a rumor, so I hope it's okay if I say rumor to everyone. It was like them going Hugh Grant, and I hope they keep pushing that rumor. And that's
finally.
And I hope that could be hopefully a deception rumor, because
Russell's worked with him now.
So I'm hoping that if that is the case, and they keep pushing that as maybe even a deception rumor, that would be amazing. And then all of a sudden they okey doke and go, here's the other one. Here's the real one.
We did have that news segment where Hugh Grant, Radio Time said Hugh Grant was in the running. And then the same day, that afternoon, Hugh Grant said, no, I'm not in the running.
Right.
So,
Garfield.
But I could see him being the type of person that would be good at, look, your whole role in this is just to play the deception card. Because he's smart enough, he's savvy enough to do that. I mean, look what Andrew
He's
Garfield
doing TV
did.
now. Oh, poor Andrew. Bless him.
What's your
Bless
favorite
him.
Doctor Who non-canon story, live action animation minus Scream of Shalka? Wow, some pickiness.
Shaka was amazing.
Scream of Shalka was great, and I to this day, nothing against Christopher Eccleston. I wouldn't have no problem that Richard E. Grant was the Ninth Doctor, and that they moved him from Scream of Shalka to being the Ninth Doctor.
Give me Richard E. Grant to be the Doctor. There you go.
He's been the Doctor, I think, 3 times.
Let him be the
No,
Doctor
he's been
again.
Doctor Who 3 times. He's been.
Let him be it again. We
Well,
saw
he's
him as
been
Loki. It was awesome.
He's been in some kind of thing for Doctor Who. He was in the Scream of Shalka. He was in the Curse of the Fatal Death as the Lick of the Mirror handsome Doctor, and then he appears as the Great Intelligence. So he's got a blood vessel going on somewhere in Doctor Who. But to put him in the lead role, I'm all for it. I'm just worried that, as I say before and say again, if you're going to get a doctor, once an actor or actress hits the Hollywood money, that's it. We don't see them again.
Mm-hmm.
If they come back, it's for like a special, like the 60th anniversary, but they're not going to come back. I think Capaldi was a rare breed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
To answer Birthday Boy's question, mine would be Peter Cushing. Anything that the Daleks. Peter Cushing, but that's my boy.
Yeah.
Would
that's
you?
My favorite.
Everybody has this fan image, and I would you accept now that they have what they call it, where they like Rogue One, where they impersonate the person.
Oh, the CG.
Mocap.
The mocap, and they CG the person's face.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. I want to see characters. Keep seeing. I want to see the same character over and over again.
What would you feel if they brought in Peter Cushing to take on? I always see this in like fan fiction. Oh God, why can't I think of his name? Peter Cushing.
The Doctor? What are we talking about?
Christopher something. No. Who was Dooku in Star Wars?
Oh, Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee.
Lee being a movie version of the Master.
Okay, my thing is this: Rogue One was such a good story, top to bottom, that I keep forgetting that freaking Tarkin was a CG character. So I'm good with it when it's done really freaking well, and it makes sense for the story. Then again, I have no problem watching Clone Wars and Bad Batch and all those other things and thinking that they're the greatest things in the world, because even though it's animation. But no, I'm okay with when de-aging happens and all this other kind of stuff, if it lends to the story and makes sense.
Thank you, Andrew.
And
Deep
it's done well.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Deep fake. Well, I mean, look at the Luke one when everybody and their brother went nuts because
those folks of you who want to listen on the audio, don't forget to join us on iHeartRadio, sci-fi.radio, cbsradio.com, Spotify, Spreaker, Podbean, Player FM, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Brought to you by the Hanging With Web Show. We're just going to move into the after party, but thank you all for those of you listening to us. Next week, Melanie and Mark. Speaking of which, I'm bringing in somebody who's a big fan of the show, who's been on before. They're going to be eating some candy. So when we come back, get your appetites ready for next Tuesday as we begin the first week of the first episode of the birthday of the Traveling TARDIS, which is May 19th. Thank you all for joining us, and please take care of yourselves. For those of you watching, stick around. We will continue with our discussion. We've got a lot of questions to hit up. And for those of you watching, let's go back to those questions.
Sit down and talk. Sorry.
That's fine. I guess I was
very definitive. Just
it goes to favorite Capaldi scene. It goes from his war speech, which is absolutely breathtakingly amazing. And now every other doctor has to, like, if they're in a convention, has to read it, do a cold read from it, which is amazing on top of it. So to me, that's incredible. And then the first time when he regenerated into his current body, and he runs over to the guy, he goes, "You see these eyebrows? These are attack eyebrows."
Angry.
Yes.
I forgot what the scene. Oh, the tank scene is awesome. The scene where he
dude.
I like the scene. That whole episode. Hellbent, Heaven Sent, the one where he's by himself.
Yeah.
That
Heaven,
whole
Heaven Sent is the one where he's punching through. Hellbent's when he gets to Gallifrey.
Okay, Heaven Sent then. That whole episode is just an acting masterpiece. And it's just beautiful. And it is him being an amazing actor for 40 minutes. So I like that whole episode is gold. But scene is his sit down and talk speech. If that didn't, by me screaming, sit down and talk really fast as soon as I read that question, didn't give me away. But
you eat the drumstick right now.
I'm not like they remind me of Sugar Daddies.
Oh God, I meant there was.
Okay, finally.
Peter had so many wonderful things. The first ones that I remember is Deep Breath when he's talking to the guy in the carriage and he's trying to take the horse and he goes, "No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the horse." So,
right.
The scene where he I'm trying to do this from memory, but gosh, he's had so many wonderful scenes. I'm sorry, Peter. There are a ton of them out there.
Side on
the caretaker when he's fighting with Clara, and he's going like, she says something to the fact that there's an alien in the school, and he says something like, "Well, here I am," or something like that. Yeah. Or I was just a whole scene where he goes, "Go," he goes, "There's a sinister puddle out there." I mean, there's just so many scenes of wonderfulness that he's pulled off when he's trying to convince Riversong in The Husbands of Riversong that he's the doctor, and every moment that he's going, and there's one time he goes, "For a doctor," he just blatantly says it out there, and she goes, "Yes," and he walks over and he goes, "Seriously?"
I get to read, but it's not gonna focus. So drumstick, I'm going with the strawberry and cream flavor chewy lolly. So that's the one I'm going with. Because there was another one in here. There's a bunch. He sent me like 1 billion of these things. Oh, that one's stuck to the bottom of the box.
7 pounds.
Oh God, I can't get it.
For me, I think for Capaldi, the best, he has way better scenes than these two, and I often use them as why I think he got kind of buggered over for the writing, is his very, very starting out cranky old man alien when he first regenerates, and him riding on into battle on a tank with his guitar. The axe battle scene is just so absolutely ridiculous.
I did like him doing
between,
the chords of
him riding in Santa's sleigh.
There it is again.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I think once they allowed him to be himself.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the first like part of the first season with him, they were just like, "No, this is what we're gonna do," and he's like, "Really, really?" And they're like, "Yes, this is what we're gonna do." And then after the first season, and it was like, with the viewers, they were like, "Okay, Peter, what are your ideas?" And he's like, "All right."
And I guarantee
like
you,
that's what happened. He was like, so what if I have glasses? So
he was probably like, finally.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he walked into that meeting room all dressed up like that with that pajama shorts or whatever the heck it was, with the shirt on, with the sunglasses.
I'm not getting changed.
Completely gone up. You have a horror movie.
Are those good, Melanie?
Yeah, well, that's offensive.
That's pretty good.
And you have an axe battle.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm going to say this, guys. 1999. One person has got to subscribe. It said one person, and we're hitting the 2000 line. My favorite classic Doctor Who story is State of Decay. Thoughts on that story?
Which one is State of Decay?
That was the introduction of vampires into Doctor Who.
Was that the one where you had to do that panel at Time Lord Fest?
Yes. Well, they were. Well, here's the story. Ken Spivey, who God rest his soul, he was gracious enough. What's that? There you go.
Really got to put me on a big thing with me trying to eat. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Definitely.
Mr. Chewy Lolly.
Ken Spivey, God rest his soul, he gave me a shot at being on one of his panels. He had me on one panel for Time Lord Fest when he did it in Orlando. And the thing was that the topic that he gave me was with the other folks was vampires and Doctor Who, and I said, well, it just so happened that Vampires of Venice had just come out, and it was like, well, that doesn't count. They only got one. I'm gonna have so much fun next Tuesday.
We're gonna leave this off so we can have better memes.
You're lucky I had the thing in my mouth because I said something bad to you. I used a very Samuel L. Jackson term. You're lucky this was in my mouth.
Plane or snakes?
Yep. I definitely said to take those snakes off this. The word that I still wish that Mace Windu had said in Star Wars.
I
want him to say that party is over. I think that would have been amazing.
Pulls out his purple lightsaber and goes down.
What are you doing, Dave?
I'm trying to get the good memes in there, so it's looking funny, and
we have memes.
We have to replace the what is
we have memes. Oh, absolutely, we have memes.
We have to replace that with something else.
Yeah, because it's a meme because Christian wasn't even on the show, but he was in the chat. But yeah, he's saying that I'm a shockaholic, which is funny because I hate chocolate. Not hate, but I'm not the best. You're gonna keep me up this high. I'm gonna start talking about my Mandalorian cosplay, and we're just gonna start talking Star Wars stuff.
Do it.
Hi, Mandalorian.
Ask anything.
I know. Damn it! I gotta put this down.
I also see the clone troopers behind you.
I got Fennec. Oh yeah.
Okay, well, if we're gonna do this, let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Me and Jessica are just gonna start a show about the Star Wars. By the way, I am heavily into Black Series collecting. So, if you're into the Star Wars stuff, the Gaming Greats ones are now coming out at GameStop that you can find them. So, if you played Republic Commando, I have Boss now. I know Sev and Fixer are out there. So, I'm trying to find them. But yeah, I happen to collect. This is my my latest deception. But yeah, I have a Mandalorian helmet that I'm working on.
Cute.
Oh, let me roll it up. There we go.
So yeah, I'm going to be I'm going to be applying once I start working. I'm working on it now for applying the Mando Merc. Yeah, but if you notice something interesting,
there's
something different with the back.
You're going to be a Twee.
I'm going to be a Twee. Yeah, I'm going to be a Twee.
What color?
Good for you.
Blue.
Like
I want to be blue. I want to be blue. But yeah, I'm gonna be a Toy Mando. Jesse! Oh, girl, you don't understand how many helmets I have.
We are a Doctor Who podcast.
I promise.
Okay.
I also have the 332nd one too, which is it's sad.
This show just changed.
Yeah, it did.
You fools!
I love clones. It's fine.
Where are we in the chats? I blocked everything. Deep fake. Oh, Garrett. Hey, Garrett. How you doing brother?
I mean, there's also like...
Check out our friends at HWWS at the Red TV Media. Check us out, and thank you for supporting our audios. We are a Doctor Who podcast. I'm just reminding people.
Yeah. Doctor Who! I have...
This is what you get for bullying Melanie.
I didn't bully Melanie.
That was fan service. That was not bullying Melanie.
There was a custom. Yeah, that's right, Tom. There was a custom poster with Cushing and Lee, and it's out there. It's actually on the Traveling TARDIS somewhere. I posted it a while back, but it was gorgeous. Whoever made it out there. We want to welcome Patton Frodo. Hello, everyone. This is Craig from Patton, Pennsylvania. Hey, Craig, how you doing there, brother? Don't forget to subscribe. We're 1% short.
Well, what happened? I had to go put something on.
You're fine. I'm in the chat.
What are you putting on?
Nothing.
St. Lawrence of Arabia.
It's not.
You said Arabia.
It's not standard. It's not finished yet. But I've got crosshair.
Just a reminder, we're Doctor Who
partners.
I've got crosshair. I want to do all of them, and yes, I'm waiting on Tech last because he's going to be the most complicated.
Christian, just a reminder, anything.
I know. Just in case, because we got some new friends coming into this realm, so I just want to make sure that they were aware.
You've got the Ahsoka 501st.
I know.
Who did? Where? Okay. Did you buy? Where did you get that?
It was a gift.
Ooh.
It was. I think
Is it
it's
cast?
from Etsy.
Or is it 3D printed?
No, I don't think it's 3D printed. I think it's cast. But
I wonder if that's
yeah,
Mark John's.
I don't know.
Sorry, Galaxy
But
Props.
That's true.
I know whoever this gets from, they run sales all the time on their helmets.
Because there's a few different people out there that make helmets. Yeah, can you tell I'm starting to really get in deep with this? This is what happens when you get a job that pays decent, and you're an adult and you don't have children. You just buy yourself all the really good toys.
I'm an adult.
Nice.
No.
Age
I have.
There's a leather company that has a leather Boba Fett fez.
You need to buy that, sir.
Helmet as a fez.
Nice.
It's so expensive because it's all leather and handmade and it's gorgeous, and I want it so bad, but I have not that money.
Just keep waiting, you'll get it.
All right.
What about you, Kevo?
That brings me. I have a question to bring this back on topic for our two cosplay ladies.
Oh, damn it!
One of my favorite things is I love crossplay. So like you'll see two different things.
Yeah.
What would be a Star Wars Doctor Who crossplay you would like to do? Or that you can think of that you think might be fun to either do or see?
One that I just saw from my friend went to WonderCon and they had a booth. They were selling. And he sent me a photo of someone who made a crossplay of Moana as a Mandalorian. And all of the armor and everything looked like it was wood. And very much had a very full-on Polynesian vibe with the carving and everything. You could see that this was a Mandalorian, but it was Moana. So I think seeing how many people have done Mandalorians and done really well cross-playing with it, it would be neat to do a Doctor that's a Mandalorian.
And like with wood, it would be cool to see TARDIS. Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of potential.
Like
Cyber Mandalorian.
So instead of the eyes would be the round with the thing, but it would have the teeth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying. So I will say, as River, I don't know why.
She worth crap.
I give off Star Wars vibes even when I'm cosplaying Doctor Who, apparently. So twice I've done River Song, and I've had people come up to me who didn't know Doctor Who and didn't know Star Wars, and they came up to me and they were like, "Oh, you're that person from Star Wars." I was like, "Who? What?" Like, I've got the big curly hair. I'm wearing like River's green dress with like the belts and everything. I had someone else come up and go, "Oh, are you Rey?"
Not with that curly hair.
I know, huge hair. My hair, you've seen my hair, it's huge.
Yeah, no.
And like, no, and I was like, no. But like I've cosplayed Rey, but no.
Not right now.
But I think it would be interesting because River, like especially her green dress, you could easily make that a Jedi River.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can.
And so, like, I feel like that would be like my ticket in because you can also like definitely. Well, no, she's straight up bounty hunter. She could fit in Star Wars, to be honest. With half the crap she wears.
She was still the lightsaber though.
Oh yeah, she'd be like that Mara Jade character, you know, like her and Mara Jade would be besties.
Yeah, that she would be she would have been Palpatine's hand, but then turned away from it. Yeah, that's on Brave River.
Are they the same character?
Palpatine Davros would work.
She was literally sent to kill the Doctor, and Mara Jade was sent to kill Luke. They're the same.
No, we never saw her as a baby though, so it's fine.
Okay, thank you. My brain was. I was about to like.
A Gonk droid to K9 would be amazing. Oh, because K9 talk though. Yeah. Gonk just goes Gonk. Gonk.
I love the Gonk droid.
I love Gonk droid so damn much.
A large mouse droid that's K9.
I thought I was only fan of the Gonk droid. I love the Gonk droid.
I love him.
I love Gonk droid so damn much. You do.
Gonky's so cute.
Gonky.
Oh,
Gonky is the Gonk droid from Bad Batch that Ricker does the curls with.
Gonk droid and TARDIS. A TARDIS with legs.
Just Gonk.
Knocking into stuff.
I just want a cosplay of a whole bunch of Jawas just stealing the TARDIS. All around.
That's great.
Yeah, they would.
Just constantly passing through the convention.
Daleks. They would steal Daleks.
That would also be awesome, yes.
You would see them with a piece of a Dalek every time they walk past. So you'd have one with the plunger and one with the little thing and one with the eye stalk. The other one's wearing the head. Like,
Dalek
could you blend?
This? You must have at least one Dalek that's not fully assembled yet.
Could you somehow blend a Tusken Raider with a Cyberman?
Yes.
Because they're completely covered. So you could probably steal different elements from that.
I'll be there right there, Mark.
So the Tusken bits that go like this, that would be really cool if you had like a Tusken base. Wow, you've got my creativity going. But you have the Tusken base and you actually have the little metal thing of a Cyberman that's attached to the Tusken bit. And then like
a lot of I think you would really just take a lot of the Cyberman body or the armor. Do this like on a piece of paper, that kind of thing, and then you don't build it like this. Oh God, don't build it like this. But think of the armor as your base. Use your Cyberman as your base, and then start wrapping all those elements in the furs or in the muslin and all that kind of stuff, and then start building it from there. And then, that would be.
I feel like I never see Cyberman cosplayers though.
That's tough.
It's tough. I think it's just like
one.
stormtroopers. You need to have that clan so that you have people who build and can help you build. So I think it's harder for a Cyberman to be building because you need a handler, and if you've never vacuum formed or cast or mold and cast and all those kind of things, I think you're going to see people who do more out of foam. It would be nice to see more foam than anything. Yeah, it's just go.
So would Danica Falata and Maul.
I would murder to see Danica. I can never.
Danica Falata and
Danica
Maul
Falata as a Zabrak.
I can't say it.
Like dressed as a that would be.
That'd be good stuff.
That would be amazing,
right? I also want to say that when we were talking about the Daleks and the Jawas stealing the Dalek pieces.
Poor Kevo.
I'm good.
There we go. Good. I'm over here. What's up?
But when we were talking about the Daleks stealing, or not the Daleks, the Jawas stealing the Dalek pieces, one of my friends from Saber Guild messaged him. He was like, "We know Jawas," and I'm like, I also know some Daleks. So, like, realistically speaking, we could make this happen probably at a convention at some point. Just, if we ever wanted a Jawa parade of disassembling a Dalek.
They couldn't whip it, though. Because all those pieces are built right on...
What? Well, if those Dalek people know or have bits laying around, because we all know, like, stormtroopers have little bits laying around. Oh, dude, 3PO in a Cyberman.
Oh, that would be perfect.
What?
Or you could even just do the color.
Yeah, you would just change the color and add, like...
Imagine just painting a Cyberman gold and then making it have the one red leg.
And
have some, like, exposed wires and stuff. Huh.
This is when Harrison Ford accidentally tripped over a door and hurt himself. And this is
some fun crossovers.
This one I found.
I love that.
That's the one I found. Yeah.
I love that photo so much because you've got the two Togruta. That's the species in the corner for anyone watching that doesn't know. But you got the two Togruta in the corner, and it's so cool because he's using the Sonic to short circuit the lightsaber.
My dream. It's sad to say that my dream one is to do a Shakti. I want to do Shakti so damn badly.
Out of all the Star Wars pictures we have a ton of them. This one is everybody's favorite. Hopefully, you can oh wait.
How
happen?
Cool!
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I know her. She's sweet. Sorry.
Okay.
No,
But
that
yeah,
wasn't at MegaCon.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I know. Yeah, that was definitely at MegaCon. Yeah.
This was the year that Star Trek, Star Wars, and the latest episode of Doctor Who were coming out. I found this meme. I don't know if you can see it.
Read it.
Yeah.
Trekkies be like waiting, like Star Wars fans be waiting, like this is me waiting for Christmas, finishing my soup. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's another picture. Yeah, there you go. And
Kyle.
one more right behind it. This one is also another favorite.
Nice. That one's great.
Cool.
Basically, I
Great
told
framing.
those two, I said, you two fight over it. Now show me how this is all of time and space that you're fighting for. Now show me how that pose would look out. And that's what they came up with.
That's cool.
So and there's like a zillion more in there, but I'm leaving that for a teaser for everybody else to check out. Speaking of which, who would you guys think Misty could crossplay as?
Oh, in the
Wicked
just
Witch with the
anybody or
West.
Star Wars universe?
I'm gonna go Star Wars. We all know
Okay,
those.
Star Wars.
Hold on, I gotta think on it though. Missy.
I would murder to see her as Ventress.
She would totally.
Or a Mother Talzin.
Or Holdo
Yeah.
would be a good one.
Yes.
Are we saying that Missy crossplays into it, or Michelle Gomez is picking up a character to crossplay?
It would be
Either. I'll buy for both.
as. Oh, I think
Do
it,
both.
like, I was picturing like Missy as this character.
You get Michelle Gomez into Star Wars. I don't. We'll put her in anything.
She did Sabrina, why not?
Yeah, I just
Honestly, yeah, you said Asajj, and like I can only see her now.
Yeah, I could see Missy doing Asajj, having fun with that costume.
Yes.
But I'm trying to do.
Now, non-Star Wars, I feel like Missy could definitely pull off a Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I could see her being like, "Who needs to be young for this? Like, I don't know what I don't know what I'm visualizing, but just
No, I can see
personality.
Victorianly dressed Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she
It's like
was
leaning more
petticoat
toward the
skirts.
clinical psychologist side, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
glasses and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hair in a bun, pulled back.
Still got that hammer though.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Missy would love that hammer.
She would also cosplay Loki.
Yeah.
He would
Michelle would be a
definitely-
great enchantress.
I'm just letting Mark know. Mark,
Almost making her Sylvie a little bit.
Mark sent me a screenshot of our YouTube channel where it says it's 2000, but unfortunately, if you go to the mainframe, it rounds up the number, so it says 2000. But if you go to the community tab, we're still at 1999. Happy haunts here, but where there's room for 2000. And I do want to.
Which absolutely is.
Oh, I haven't said yes.
Is this episode actually stretching?
Exactly. Speaking of stretching, we want to congratulate everybody. Thank you for our Facebook page hitting 60,000 followers. We were expecting that around May, and you guys hit it. Now, like if you can hit 70,000 before our birthday, that'd be great. But just to show you where we are right now, 60,142. So thank you, everybody. 60,000 of you. But yeah, we're still one subscriber short for our YouTube channel. Here it comes. There you go.
Rika.
Take a picture
the paint's
where it
wrong.
says.
I gotta redo the paint. I think this was like right when the promo photos were coming out, and he made this one because the teeth aren't right.
Yeah.
So I think that's when I think he was just trying to rush to get the sculpt out, and he rushed the paint. Though it's a great sculpt. John Clark from Galaxy Props is absolutely intrinsically amazing.
Jonathan Douglas does a sonic
sculpts
camera.
and casts all his stuff. His is resin cast, and he does all the comic conventions. So FYI, if you ever want to pick up a helmet at a convention, his stuff is amazing. But yeah, since then he's fixed the paint app. But I even told him like, man, I picked one of your originals. Like, I know, I'm so sorry. I was
Does anybody know
so
what this
sleepy
is?
trying to get stuff done.
Does anybody want to know what this is? Check out Kevington.com for Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek crossover. Never heard of it.
No, but apparently I do have, oddly enough, the internet. So we are just going to go ahead and do that, Kelvington.
Internet?
I know. I mean, Dave doesn't.
Dan, thanks for
He's
coming,
spotty
brother.
at best.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Andrew. Thanks for coming out.
Dan's here, everybody. Party started.
Hey.
Check out The Last Man Standing on his podcast, Dan Hollifield. Please subscribe to his. Dan, I'm looking for one more person to subscribe. Hopefully you've done it already.
Now he's at the point where he's just calling people out. Oh my god. He's literally
anyone who
joined from
comments.
YouTube.
Have you subscribed?
In there, just
Have
one
you subscribed?
more person. Go over to the YouTube channel right now and just kick it
I'll make sure
you too can have a.
Don't have it by tomorrow night. I'll make sure I'm pumping it out on the side show with Willow when I'm over there.
Thank you.
Because I'm going to be on the side show tomorrow with hanging with Willow. So
Hanging
not
with Willow?
time that's going to run.
Is
Either
that what the W stands for?
Have you guys
Hanging with
ever
Willow.
visited the Doctor Who Museum near Indianapolis? The answer for me is no.
Yes.
Dave did.
Dave did.
Dave did.
Yep.
You went live.
Check out the first episode in August or the last episode of July. No, wait, that's wrong because it was this year. It was September.
After party.
Whatever. But anyways, I was there the day before Gen Con started, and I was lucky enough to do the show from there. They stayed open, and I took over the after party, wandering amok through everything.
Wait a minute, who changed my icon?
And I'm with luck, I will be doing that again this year. I haven't talked to them yet, but I have thought about that.
Christian, go check.
I'm checking right now.
Because that could be Jonathan who gave you 2,000.
I'm hoping it is.
Maybe.
I'm hoping. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, we are.
I said it on the air. The only reason I was not going bankrupt that day is basically because I had to fly that trip and just couldn't have hauled everything home.
Wait, what didn't you get?
Anything. I got big.
Just get anything. Okay.
I got a couple of small things. I got a belt and a couple other things, but I could have easily gone bankrupt just buying everything.
If you go there and you're a Whovian, please make sure to work a couple of weeks of overtime because you will be spending that money.
Yeah,
and they have a huge collection of Big Finish CDs over there.
I did that record helmet I got in Dallas, and it was a enjoyable time to try to pack that into my suitcase.
Yeah.
And get it back. I'm like, can I wear this on the helmet? Does this count as a mask? They're like, ma'am, no. I'm like, damn it.
Jonathan doesn't want a life-size. I want a life-size TARDIS.
Well, you can see the Dallas Builders of Florida if you happen to be down in MegaCon, Orlando area, or in Orlando area for MegaCon. I can speak in correct sentences.
That's
and they'll teach you how to build it.
Well, no, I actually was offered from one of our friends, unfortunately, whose convention didn't do too well.
Right.
But here is
that's so awesome.
Dang on the string here. May 19th, all weekend starting May 19th, we will be at MegaCon. To the 22nd at the Orange County Convention Center, and I'm glad I asked. I think we're not on the west side. I think we're on the north side across the street.
I think we're north-south again. Again, they keep going back and forth. So
I know. Pick a place. I like that when it's next to the Rosen Center because I usually, I confess, I take that breezeway and go into the Rosen Center and crash in the convention center when I'm like tired.
For me, loading in on the West Concourse is so much easier than north-south.
Yeah.
Loading out, however, can be easier north-south. It depends. It's
celebrities include Brendan Fraser, Nathan Fallon, Gina Carano, Ralph Macchio, and some of the Cobra Kai team, William Zabka, Martin Cove. I have not seen Series 2, so I feel bad about life. So I don't know who those two are, but they're from Cobra Kai. Finally, we're going to get our Lord of the Ring
fellowship.
Hopefully all four show up out there because I know people were there. Of course, Mandalorian, Katie Sackhoff, Giancarlo Esposito, Matthew Loris, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. John Cleese will be there.
John Cleese is going to be there? Oh, my.
John Cleese, Ashley Eckstein, who was one of our interviews.
Yeah.
I've never seen the Trailer Park Boys. I've just seen pictures of that. 4 of the Trailer Park Boys. Brent Spiner, LeVar Burton, James Marsters, who right now currently is the only Doctor Who connection out there. Hopefully they get one more. I'm hoping it's the person I'm thinking of, Christopher Mandarin, Dante Basco, Katie Lotz from
Bangarang! Sorry. Sorry, I mean, I have to.
The Clerks.
My honor.
That's going out, say Bangarang.
So this is going to be taking place May 19th, and we do have an announcement to make. We are going to be working with, because I feel bad, Kevo's going to be making a lot of thumbnails coming up. Sorry. May 19th, we are going to announce here the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS will be celebrating its 10th anniversary. Just the medal, not the podcast. But this little boy right here will be in celebration at MegaCon. We are having the distinct honor of being the first podcast, well, I would say the first panel that will be taking place on the main stage of MegaCon. It will be running for 2 hours from 5 o'clock to about 7-ish, celebrating 10 years of the Traveling TARDIS, courtesy of Fan Expo.
That's great. That is a great thought. Good for you.
I'm still excited, nervous as hell, and I'll be right back, folks. Hang tight. I'll be right back.
I didn't realize it was 2 hours. Did you say 2 or 2.5?
It's going from 5 o'clock to 6:45.
2 hours and 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, because I just had that look of fear about if you notice, like go back because you realize I have a booth. I'm setting up. Do I have somebody to cover me for that long? Not like the last time we had a panel, Jessica. And you're like, Melanie, are you gonna get here? I'm like,
maybe.
Where are you? I'm wandering around. I can't find our panel room.
Well, they switched. It was confused. That was not on you. That was confusing. But yeah, I was just like, Melanie, are you coming or no? Like, it's okay, but like, where are you?
I was wandering around, y'all. I was like trying to make sure I was there on time. Definitely wasn't there on time because I was still at I was selling. And then apparently somebody's at my house because I just heard bing bong.
Uber Eats.
Better not be. My husband ordered food and didn't tell me. What
Doctor, stop it. He's going to be the guy that's going like, oh, it's going to bounce up and down. So, wow, I didn't even realize we've already ran for an hour and 45 minutes. So
this is how long that the panel will be.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
it goes faster than you think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the logistics as far as what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be talking about. Of course, we're going to have the birthday celebration and the birthday boy right here.
It's going to be like every other panel that we do, and it's usually the rest of us asking what's the framework, and Christian saying we're going to wing it.
Do you want an outline? I really like organization.
Christian.
I love
Jessica will be there. Melanie will be there.
When we ignore the outline completely and go completely off the rail.
Oh, you mean
But
like
at least
take
you had it.
You mean like
I will make sure
minutes to
that
answer
everyone
one
gets
question?
an agenda and it will be highlighted with certain aspects, and I'll like set timers and I'm like, okay, it's time to switch to this topic. Like, you know.
Yes.
You're
But it would be
so
a
confused.
loose,
That's
it's like
not
a
gonna work.
loose timeline
They
though. Like totally loose.
Can we do this?
Like,
It's going to be like, oh, look, here's the time schedule.
Yeah.
There you go.
okay, but I would rather have a time schedule
No,
that
that's
gives
fine.
us stuff to do
Yes.
in case we get to this
Oh,
point of like an
totally.
hour and 10 and we're like,
I'm just going to
Exactly.
say that the festivities that we are planning, or at least coming up and brainstorming with, we're going to be very highly interactive. We're going to definitely, anybody who's
dance
cosplaying
party.
that
Oh,
day, anybody who's cosplaying
tried
Doctor
to
Who
cosplay
stuff,
on
definitely we're going to get
Thursday.
your picture with the Traveling TARDIS. Don't forget, if you're cosplaying 13, we have a whole album of the Traveling TARDIS on the Facebook page. It's called No Sir, All 13s, and that's it. That's all 13s who are cosplaying, who taking picture with the Traveling TARDIS, Wibbly Wobbly.
Oh, that's
Tiny
good
One.
stuff.
That's
Tiny
pretty
Limey
much
Little
every
Lemon.
panel, Jonathan.
Pretty
You
much.
make it sound like you've been to every one of them.
That's most panels, though. That's
That's
not even
true.
you guys. That's every panel I've ever been on.
It took me way too long to get this loaded, but I'm going to give it a squee moment since we were talking about the guests that are going to be at MegaCon.
Yes. Okay.
Woo!
Wow.
Cute.
Woo! All right, there you go.
Yay!
My squeeing, it took way too long to get those because I had transferred them
But-
to the other computer that I wasn't working.
I know we are talking MegaCon, but FYI to those people in Florida, Christopher Eccleston was announced to be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, which
we are
is
planning.
my back door. So yeah, right? Yeah. So that's
I'm really hoping they
So hopefully
make
he'll
a
be there.
final announcement as they get closer that Christopher's coming.
because he was supposed to be there for MegaCon.
Yeah, he's
last
twice.
year.
Twice he was supposed
But
to be there.
but it was a COVID flight quarantine thing where he
Yeah,
couldn't
so
make
he-
it. But he
so
was
you
doing
owe
the
us,
traveling with
Chris.
all
He could have gotten
Yeah.
into the US. He couldn't have gone back. That was the problem. So
Right.
they didn't
Problem.
leave
I would have
him
kept
because
him.
he wouldn't-
I'd stay. He could stay at the house.
Now we're showing and telling. You want to show and tell? I don't know if you can see it. No, because I've got.
I can
okay.
see your screen. Oh.
Kind of see it. Kind of see it. Kind of see it.
Oh, the Scottish
wow.
play.
And so there he is over on the end, and I got him to sign it.
Nice.
It's in blue. There we go. Sorry. Of course, it's all there. Ah. Yeah. So he was in Dallas.
Guys,
Dallas and Denver. So he
I
did make it
unfor-
finally for the Fan Expo. So he does like Fan Expo.
I
We will do
unfortunately
Fan
have
Expo
to
stuff.
go, but if you guys want to take over and just end the show, that's up to you. But I need to skedaddle, do the skedaddle test.
Someone needs
Wow.
to go to. Somebody has to pee.
No, I got some other things going on, the family stuff.
Whatever. you just-
Doctor Who managed to get mentioned on the ABC drama Grey's Anatomy. Doctor Who.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Doctor Who Fins ends up in the ER where they trampled trying to get into the convention to get.
And-
Oh, I remember that. I didn't watch Grey's
Really?
Anatomy, but I saw there. Yeah, there was there's a scene in Grey's Anatomy where there was that happened. So Patton, thank you for bringing that up to our attention. I got to go, but you guys take care. We'll see you next week. Melanie is going to be with Mark eating a lot.
Yes, candy. Candy
So-
and sweets and stuff.
Conda.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and go, but please stay safe and thank you. You guys know how to shut the lights off, so thank you.
Yep.
I guess we're still
Lock
going.
the door. We'll lock the doors.
We'll lock the door. We'll leave it open for
This is where
everybody.
they get to start talking about me the whole time.
Yes, everyone, get ready to start talking about Christian.
Melanie.
In 3, 2, 1.
No, oh.
Bye, Christian.
There we go.
The inmates have the asylum.
Woo!
Oh, I was going to say that like the kids have the house like the parents would.
Oh, well, fine.
That too.
But
I'll be
It's a little
went
both.
insane, and I was just like innocent, like children.
Because children aren't.
Presby in Dallas. I was at Fan Expo Dallas last year. I signed up for Fan Expo Dallas this year, but I've been waitlisted. So speaking for me, I don't know. Denver, I signed in, and hopefully I'll be able, because I tried rebooking and then I missed the cutoff date to rebook. So we'll see. I don't know if anybody else is going to be
Yeah,
planning
we
on
should
going
look for
convention
some.
scheduling.
Who knows? Next one. I have so many of them, but most of them are gaming stuff. So after MegaCon, my next not gaming convention, I think, is the Edmonton Expo. Unless something else randomly comes up.
No, the real party starts. Dave gets the
Nah.
beers in now. LOL. Drink.
Too much effort. Mark, you can come out and we'll get drunk while I'm over in your side of the pond or something.
Will you guys
I
open a UK chapter?
I mean, if we want to relocate me, like I'll definitely I'll open it if we've got some funding for relocation.
Pay my expenses.
Yeah, like it's fine. I'm a small person. I don't need a lot of room. Like,
But your
I
cosplay
can-
stuff, though.
Yeah, we can fit you in a suitcase, but not your cosplay stuff.
Okay, the only one that would be an issue would be like the space suit for River. That one is a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like everything else, like my lightsabers are small. My clothes all fold. Like, I mean, I can make it work.
Mm-hmm. Friend of the show, Sarah Udding from Sarah So Geeky. She was on the show quite a few times, and she was she was always at MegaCon. She was always kind of paneling with our show. She actually is back in Scotland now and doing the convention circuit over there. So that could be always a thing where, Lord knows, you could always we could kind of use her, because I know she's doing the convention circuit. I think she was gonna the furthest England she was going into is Birmingham, but most of the stuff I think she was doing is more in Scotland. But I could always find out, and that could be our gateway into, so since we already have somebody over there. Otherwise, we can probably sign you guys up, and you can take the flag and hoist it over there.
Because I love the MCM Comic-Con.
Yes.
Because I went to the one in London.
That's one I would desperately love to go into.
So good. So good. Like honestly, the conventions, sorry, America, but the conventions in the UK are just top notch. Like, really cool thing. You get your photo with the celeb, right? You have glasses. You've got a glare. In America, it's like, well, too bad. You should have taken your glasses off. Over there, they print the thing out and they're like, oh, we saw there was a smudge. Get back in line.
Yes.
Because you're a customer there, and like they want you to want to come back. It's like, yes, they want to make money, but like they treat you like, hey, you are here for us, so we are here for you. And I'm like, whereas here it's just like, too bad, you already paid your $20.
It could very well be how over here a lot of the conventions have become, well, just pre-COVID, they were starting to get into big businessy wise, where they were just all getting eaten up, so they were no longer locally owned ones. And now post-COVID, a lot of those that did not make it because they were small business, then they basically sold to the bigger ones. So now you have even more of them. Hello, Calgary. Calgary Expo becoming one of those. MegaCon has always been MegaCon, but it's now, but they're under the Fan Expo umbrella. And for a long time, they kept the name MegaCon, but I think SuperCon is now owned by another one. And I mean, there's going to be good. There's going to be not so good. It's definitely going to be different. But I think that's probably another aspect of it. You're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff being homogenized, where it is corporate run. They have their standard operating procedures. And if that is next, click, next, click, next, click.
Yeah. Because I went to a lot of like smaller ones, and like it was still that like next click, even with like the small ones. Because I went in multiple states with a couple different companies and small ones and stuff, and it seemed to be like just the American way. And then I went to MCM, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And like, so like David Bradley, he actually hushed his handler. He was talking to me, answering a question. They're like, hey, you have to get to, and he was like, give me a moment, I'm still talking to me. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then like, that was just the normal. And they're like, okay. Whereas here, I've seen handlers be like, no, you need to stop talking to this fan, move on. Like, we need you to go here, and that happens pretty regularly. So like, it was all around. It was a wonderful experience. And of course it could have changed since I was there. But if you have a chance and you're deciding to visit the UK, check out their conventions while you're there, because they're awful.
Go ahead and as Mark says, I know a doctor cosplay group in the UK. It's MCM LFCC. So we maybe should talk to them and figure out how you can ship your stuff over and get in there. Patton Frodo says, I just want to thank everybody here for taking my questions and making me a little part of the show. That was really fun for me. Well, you can always. I apologize that I wasn't able to get everybody's questions in, within the same half hour of when they posted them. So I apologize for that. Usually we're a lot better. We try.
We are.
So I'm
You're
glad that
so cute.
So you're welcome. Thank you.
We try.
We try.
We definitely try. Yeah.
But we go off the rails, and it's like, well, not for that. Doctor Who cosplay group in the UK. Who knows? Who knows? And Burning Skies costume groups UK. Cyber Legion. Son of Scare. Oh my goodness, how many are there?
That's so cool.
Meanwhile, here we have 501st, and then they segment out.
501st Rebel Legion Droid Builders.
Droid Builder, yeah.
Saber Guild.
Mm-hmm. Mando Mercs.
And wait, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 major ones
and
that are Lucasfilm acknowledged.
Yeah. And then there's the from the 504. There's now there wasn't there a clone one that's specifically for the clones. I can't remember the name. I got a patch from one of them. Of course, now I can't find it. Oh, well.
Usually they're with the 501st
umbrella.
The clone. Yeah, they're in the 501st umbrella. Now it could have been that you were just under a different, because each out. I don't know what they call them in the 501st. Ours are temples, but like each one has their own specific name. Like the one
Garrison.
here in Orlando, the Garrison. They're Garrison. I was like, we're temples. We're Jedi and Sith here, so we have temples. But I was like, I don't know. She
makes it sound like it's just we play with the Padawans. This girl right here, in her Ahsoka gear, practiced, and I got to see some of the video of you practicing, which was amazing. Her and I don't know his name, who was Maul.
CJ. His name's CJ.
What?
He's a fat partner.
Tell the audience what y'all did, what you practiced and performed.
So yeah, at Sci-Fi Bartow was when we actually performed it, but he is a staff wielder and I am a dual wielder. So naturally we were like, hey, so they motion capped a staff wielder fighting a dual wielder. So we know that it's physically possible. And so in the Clone Wars, there is a fight between, spoilers, if you're going to watch season 7 of Clone Wars, spoilers.
Yes.
There's a fight between Ahsoka and Darth Maul, and we learned that choreography and that fight. It is exhausting. It is the most exhausting 2 minutes of my life. But it is so much fun. But yeah, we both do that and have officially performed it. We're hoping to perform it at MegaCon if we can get the space. Because staffs are big.
Yeah.
They're really long.
Yeah.
And they take up a lot of space. But ultimately we can do it in like a I don't remember what our parameters are, but we're given a certain amount of space that we're allowed to work in. But we're like, can we have a convention, like a panel room, so we can just literally go, do not come up here, this is stage area. But if not, we'll have a little section in the 501st Rebel Legion area that we can perform and do fights and stuff. But yeah, we learned a really hard fight and it's really fun.
Andrew asks, where can we see that lightsaber duel? So I saw a little bit of it on Facebook.
Yes. So right now we ended up doing, so the one that we did, we have filmed and it's actually on TikTok. Sorry, I think they put the full
Could you
one on
say
TikTok.
it like an older person?
I know.
Can you just like space it out and add more of a question at that?
I believe the children use the TikTok.
Tiki-taki?
What
is that?
What is the tiki-talkie?
Say it like my mother. Yeah, Kevo did it.
I think it's on Vine. I don't know.
I think it's Vine with the short videos. So right now, the version that we did at Sci-Fi Bartow is on TikTok. We did recently have one of my film friends film us do it, and he's trying to edit and piece that together. So we have a more like compact, because the one was obviously done by just someone taking a photo on a phone of us performing completely live with an audience, and so like it's not perfected, but it's the first time we ever performed. But that's on TikTok, and let me find the thing. I know it's our temp page, which is Taco Donna Temple or something.
They're
like
friends
that.
with Tom.
Top 8.
Yes. Kevo, you're singing to my soul.
Oh my gosh.
Tickety tockety.
Tickety tockety.
Social media, man.
Okay, so the one on TikTok is at lightsaber.snowflakes. And the top says Jedi versus Sith. We did it in our normal, like, because I have an approved, so I'm working to get my Ahsoka approved. Because we are Lucas acknowledged, so we have to go through all the costume standards and everything like that. Yeah. So my approved costume is just a Jedi, and my partner's approved is a Sith. So we kind of had to change some lines and stuff like that to make it make sense with it not being those people, but it is that choreography. But you'll see us perform that on there, and hopefully we'll have other cool videos and stuff up later. That'll be fun.
So I'm guessing that was none of us, right, Dave?
Nope.
No, that would be Christian now watching the show.
So busy, couldn't stay.
So busy now he's in the comments section. So while he's in the comments,
he had to peruse the sponsor material.
Can we get Christian the Real 11 and 12 Sonic? Oh my gosh. Instead of the Wish one. Bless.
No, you're right. I mean, it's 10 years and he has one from Wish. That might have to happen. That honestly might just finally be his own little gift. So I think that might happen from the team to him. That's a damn good idea.
Now we spoiled it because he's watching, so we can't do it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean
he'll forget.
It's true. He'll figure it out. He'll forget. Please.
It's true.
I mean, he'll forget. He's not watching. Are you still streaming? Yes. I'm sorry about that. You're still watching us live. We have nowhere else to be. I don't. At least I might be holding the rest of these guys hostage. Which, if that's the case, and you all have to leave, you can just say deuces. I'm hungry and tired and all that kind of stuff. What do you think of Christian Basel? Oh, would you like to hear some opinions? What do you think of Christian Basel's taking pictures of the model TARDIS here and there? Oh, are we talking about him? Oh man, but he's in the chats. So what do I think about Christian Basel taking pictures of the model TARDIS here and there?
He's wonderful and amazing, and I appreciate it greatly.
Wait, are we talking about like the traveling TARDIS is the model TARDIS, or are we talking about a model dressed as a TARDIS?
I think it's the actual what we think of him moving around with the actual little boy blue.
I don't think Laura's pitching.
Yeah.
Great idea though. Oh my god, for the 10th birthday, he needs to like hire someone to pretend to be the traveling TARDIS for the panel, like Idris.
Oh my god, that would be
so cool.
Just for that one panel.
I'll see what I can throw together. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
I think I mean, honestly, at first, I've always known him with the TARDIS. That's how I met him, was at the conventions, and I'd see a lot of these photos. I mean, he'd kind of, that's how I kind of knew him. I saw him at the cons, and I'd follow his page, and I saw it being taken with the different celebrities. And I think honestly, when you see it with the doctors, especially, it's kind of amazing to see how they put a little bit, there's something in their eyes or something in their aura when they're holding it, because there's a connection there that's personal and professional, that kind of bleeds between professional and personal. But on top of that, the one that really is the most poignant to me is the one with Peter Capaldi. So it's a very recent one. And that was one that he posted and has now gone kind of virally-ish in the copy-paste kind of way of learning how to watermark your stuff, Christian. But somebody did a digital oil painting of it. Yep. So they did what they call digital oil painting. So you take the photo as your base and you paint over it in either Photoshop or on a tablet, whatever. You're creating a digital painting. But then they put in the Peter holding it, the one where it was the 12th Doctor in the TARDIS coming out of it, and they wrote, thank you, Peter, on the bottom. And the fact that was done beautifully because they added all these other colors behind it. Wasn't just a great backdrop. The artist did a lot of work to it, and then that in turn kept getting kind of viral in a sense and being spread around. So seeing just this little notion of Christian wanting to take this little TARDIS and getting a photo, and then how much that sparked imagination and creativity, and just keeps going and going and going. So, and it's amazing. And there's some of us, I know, me personally, I've had a chance to take it with me on my little travels, and I brought it over to the UK and took photos of it in St. James Park and all that kind of fun stuff. So
I think that is the plan for me as well.
You're gonna take it,
but I think Christian was talking about sending it with me because I go from MegaCon, I go over to the UK. So
yeah, he'll threaten you with your life, though. Like, if you do
not
come back with this.
Yeah, right.
I think I took it to Pensacola because there were 2 doctors there. We had Colin Baker and Peter Davidson were both going to be at that convention, and I was going. And so Christian was like, all right, take him with you. Also, take the base and have it signed. If you don't come back with both of those, you're dead. And I was like, oh, okay.
No
thanks,
pressure.
buddy. He's like, I don't care if you come back. No, he didn't say that.
But, like, he implied it when he handed it to me, and I'm going over to London.
Yeah,
He's like, it's going in your carry-on, right?
It's like if you come back without it, don't come back.
Yeah,
I mean, I won't be coming back for a while, so I'll have to tell it.
Might have to go in the
he's watching. Let's see. Oh yes, Idris get Saran Jones on the show. That would be fun.
That would be
that could be. I wonder how we could do that. Well, it makes sense. Wish I thought of that.
I definitely have.
I'm going to stop clicking on Christians because clearly he's in here more than us on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Pat and Frodo says, since we are all friends here now, of course, I'll share this with you.
Oh.
I normally do not get emotional watching television shows, but I definitely teared up during Vincent and the Doctor. Oh, I absolutely did.
Yeah.
Oh, the first time I ever saw that of my introduction of New Who was somebody sending me the link of that scene where he's inside his museum with Bill Nighy's most emotional freaking monologue I've ever heard. And just my heart was ripped out because I was an art history student. I was an art student all my life. I've watched Vincent, his work. I've seen his work a lot, in person, that kind of thing. I bawled. I bawled because I felt like somewhere, somehow, even if it's in the world of fiction, he finally got his due diligence. He finally knew how important he was, especially when that how this poor man suffered from depression and everything else. But right there with you. I don't know anybody that really doesn't get emotional.
Yeah.
Whether or not you bawl or not, that's absolutely fine. You sort emotions however you do. There's no right or wrong way to be emotional. But yeah, I crawl like a damn baby. And there's Christian now. Then here's Christian now being Christian. Look at this, guys. He's Christian Basel in here, and then 2 comments down. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
We're gonna put a GPS chip in it.
Gotta block him.
Yeah. Our cheeky man here is logged in as himself and the Traveling TARDIS. Get your butt back in this show.
That's the only reason he did it. He wanted to see what it would do.
I know.
Oh, Alan Tudyk. Love Alan Tudyk.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
They would lose their
Such a great guy.
And that's the thing is I can't say Alan Tudyk would be. He is at first, like early in his career, you could make a case saying Alan Tudyk is going to be this quintessential Alan. I see Alan Tudyk in this role as this, and what you're getting. But now his roles have become. He's shown off how more diverse an actor he is. So his range, thank you. That him as a Doctor, I'm all for it, but I'm also in this. I don't know where he would take it.
Yeah, definitely.
Very Capaldi, that he'd be all over the map.
Yeah.
So, that would be amazing. Let's
Or just a Time Lord is the thing, because they'll never cast him as the Doctor because that's how they do over there.
That's true. That's true because they don't want an American doctor, but he can do an accent beautifully. I mean, look at K2SO.
Like an Idris Elba type. That's unknown. That's unknown.
Because Idris like now.
It's like someone that you're like, oh, that's like he reminds me of him. I think that type of an actor, but that's kind of an unknown, would be perfect. As long as they're talented, right? They need to be good.
And I mean, honestly, if you think back to all the other doctors, at least from an American standpoint, personally speaking, I didn't know who any of these people were. It's only for me, for Peter Capaldi, I knew him because of his Malcolm character, which made me just kind of go, okay, well, I clearly am not. He's not going to be that. But. And then I knew Jody
but most of them got their like big starts up until like Peter really from Who. So like I like keeping that idea. Like I don't like the idea of them pulling these big names and throwing them in there. But it's not saying those big names wouldn't do great, but I think there's just something when you're watching Doctor Who and you're seeing the Doctor, you want that to be your impression, not like, here's Johnny Depp as the Doctor, and you'd be like, oh, well,
For like a special, it would be cute. Like maybe between your generations, you have a one-off special where it's someone like you say, Johnny Depp, or we talked about Hugh Grant, something like that for the 60th, and then going in. But like for multiple episodes and multiple years, you really want to see a new actor grow with the role.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what we saw beautifully with Matt. Is you saw him as mature as an actor with that. It's not saying he was bad in his first season, but like you saw that acting maturity just kind of happen as he grew with that character. And I just think that type, it's beautiful when you get to see that.
Like this question, I think anyone except the main three of the kids could probably still qualify for. They're not really big, like Matthew Lewis, who played Neville, could be a good Doctor. Yeah. I love Daniel Radcliffe as the Doctor, but like he is someone, and he remains someone. Rupert
I would
Grint
love Ivana Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Because because she's been so ubiquitous with the franchise because she herself was a fan of Harry Potter. Yeah. And when she came in and auditioned, I remember reading somewhere like she wasn't going to. She's like, no, I don't want to. And then finally everybody else in the school or class had done it and she did it. And that's when they were just the way her voice lilts, the way her mannerism were, they just knew that's our Luna. That's Luna Lovegood. So it'd be kind of neat to see what she's would do with the character if she would just take it to heart and be more of herself, or how she's grown as an actress. That would be kind of a neat one also.
Luke Youngblood would do a good job. Lee Jordan.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
A charisma about him. Now,
yes, there is.
Not even just then.
Commanding.
Still has.
We did some like top picks episode, and I mentioned Alfie Enoch, I think his name is. He was Dean because he's a legacy. He's Ian Chesterton's grandson in real life. So that would be another one that would be really interesting.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Having both Phelps as the Doctor.
Having the Doctor be split, have a regeneration where he's split and play a little bit even more on the fact that you have 10 and 10-2.
And you wouldn't even necessarily know. I again, give it like 4 or 5 episodes where it's just something's not quite right.
Oh, that would be funny where you only see one of them and then suddenly you realize that there's actually 2 of the same Doctor.
And you just
the companion thinks he has amnesia.
Guys, this is all wrong. No, it's not.
The companion thinks that he has amnesia.
And that could blend into Kevo, how you're saying that, you have the budget and you could actually have the TARDIS being this huge, grand space.
Yeah.
And in reality, it's the Doctor in an old room, because we already know that the 11th Doctor's run, that the TARDIS kind of saves old, control rooms and tucks them away.
You know, you could also almost have like a journey to the center of the TARDIS feel where the Doctor believes that there's some type of gas leak or something. And so everyone thinks it's the TARDIS that's like making the Doctor be all skitsy. And because you're seeing it from the companion's point of view of like, he's not remembering things. Like, I know you told me to grab this. And you're telling me you didn't ask for that? And he's like, no, why would you think I asked for that? And it's like, no, I've got to fix this leak. And then you find out, no, there wasn't an issue with the TARDIS. I mean, there was, but it wasn't causing anything.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
That would be funny.
That would be the reveal episode, though, because up until then, you could have one or two where you're just bouncing back and forth.
And I'm kind of getting the vibes off of when they reintroduced Donna, and it was the whole episode was the 10 and Donna are in the same room, but they never bumped in until that perfectly that mind scene.
You could also pull from Tenet of like, especially if you regenerate into two people type thing. It's like something didn't go quite right. So you could almost have for some of them right after the regeneration is they're alternating who's sleeping. Like almost like Tenet went in that coma.
Yeah, because I mean, Jody did too. And I mean, all the other ones.
So it's like they don't realize that they're sleeping for a couple days at a time. And then the companion's realizing there's chunks of the Doctor's memory missing. But it's not. It's like one was sleeping and then the other one was awake and then the other one they flipped. And so from the companion's perspective, you just see the Doctor the whole time. And
in a bizarre way, if you're watching spoilers, Moon Knight, spoilers. If you're watching that right now, you could almost lead the audience in thinking similar to that vein. Because you know how sometimes you watch something, you're not sure what's going on. You go, oh, this must be like such and such. I've watched before. Kind of like how everybody's theory of time travel is based on whatever time travel movies we've seen. And that's how we kind of make our own little laws and stuff.
I've got a meme for you since you mentioned moon. So I've been calling him Moon. You know that I've been calling him Moon because Steven is Moon.
For those who did not understand what the hell just happened between us right now, there's a meme.
Look up the meme.
Look for a meme.
Just have him look it up.
And it's about a wolf. And what happened? It started off as a one of those meme generators of what is your first name and what's your birth year or some crap, and this is your wolf's name. And somebody goes, "Great, my name's Moon. Oh, here comes Moon, and it just digressed from there about how Moon would be
Moon, and you will see all the memes, and it's great. And so if you're watching Moon Knight, Steven is Moon.
Oh, Steven is Moon. God.
That's not the meme I was going to show you, but I think
good. We lost Dave and we lost Kevo, but at least Laura's over here.
Oh no, I'm paying two things at once, but I love it. I love it. You know what? Even if all I was doing was watching the two of you, it would be a great episode because that. When is this Star Wars thing going so I can just kind of tune in from the sideline?
No, we need to do this. There's so many other people who make great Star Wars content. Like Armor Party Show. That one's amazing. Thank the Maker Pod is amazing.
I have plans. I may or may not have plans in the works in regards to Star Wars stuff.
Damn. Well, just, if you need somebody.
Yeah. Melanie, I just sent you something over Messenger. You should look at it. It's a meme and it's funny.
Good God. I'll go look. So everyone knows Christian's still in the chat because that's where he's been. We still have 18 people watching us. I don't know why you guys are still we're talking about Moon here, all right, people? And
they know about the meme though.
They do. Alfie, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going back again, making sure I got everybody. I don't know Rocky? Is it Rocky? The car? I'm not familiar who that is. Watch as we all turn our heads this way and go into the internet.
Yeah.
She plays Bliss in Big Finish.
Oh.
Ooh.
I was like, is the internet this way?
I know, right? It's to
Mine
your
is.
left, darling. To your left.
Am I going?
It's like
the
we're
wrong
all
way?
looking at the chats. In reality, my computer's right here.
Mine's that way.
Doctor Who at 50 and Beyond says, I'm waiting for Moon Knight.
See, you want to say moon?
You want to say moon, don't you? So the roof is the moon is an egg. I get that was supposed. I'm sorry. I was not plussed with that episode. I mean, the fact that it was an egg and then all of a sudden it lays another egg and it's okay, we're cool. Like, really? The moon's an egg? I wasn't one of my favorites.
There's apparently been a theory about that. Like, there's an actual kind of like the people who believe that there's lizard people. There's people that believe that the moon is an egg. So that was actually based off of an actual human belief. I just don't think the execution was.
It wasn't. Yeah.
The hatching, the fact that it hatched. No.
Although, and we're gonna bring it right back to Star Wars, it now becomes a space whale. So does it know where Ezra is?
It's a Purgil. Let's follow it and find Thrawn.
Yay! We just done dive back into Star Wars, y'all.
Of course we do.
Hey, Rebels. Watch Rebels. Rebels is amazing. First season, gonna be honest, it's hard. But it gets amazing.
Jason Isaacs voices the
Inquisitor.
Grand Inquisitor.
Which is weird that he didn't come back for the show.
Because he has a lean face.
He's got I don't understand.
He's got the lean face.
As I told one of my friends,
you know who would make a good doctor?
Who?
Well, Jason Isaacs.
Oh,
yeah. Jason
Let me drink some caffeine now.
But Jason Isaacs would make a really good. Like, I know that's going back to like whole white male thing, but like he'd make a really good doctor. He'd have a little bit of that dark.
Master.
He'd have
both.
He could definitely pull into that dark. Oh, see, I feel like he would be like an almost Eccleston that could be really sweet. Lizard people are sea devils.
Lizard people equal sea. Meaning the moon. Yeah. And I have not, and then going back to our Sea Devils episode, I have not gone back to watch it, but I do look back on the episode itself more favorably than my original lower score.
I did notice watching you on our station who you kind of bumped it up to what would have been a 4 out of 10 for us because you said 2 out of 5.
I said 2 out of 5. Yeah. So it was still low. I mean,
on Earth Station, you downgraded.
Improvement.
Well, no, because it's only out of 5.
Out of 10.
Oh, so math. Got it.
Yeah. As much as we all hate math, it is a thing that happens.
So technically, I moved it up, and I could give it half.
Yeah, actually.
No, I didn't. I didn't give it half.
Yeah.
I didn't give it 1. Let's see. Sacha Dhawan makes the scariest master when he revealed himself as the spy master. I did really like when he opened the little matchbox and that little call back to the third Doctor run. I thought that was pretty sweet because to me, I was thinking, ooh, well, I mean, the Spyfall was just amazing. I thought.
Yeah, so that was definitely one of the best episodes of her run. Or I suppose it was a 2-parter, but still one of the best storylines of her run. And somewhere early on in the chats, there was what was the best music for it? And I think Spyfall, aside from the movie, because again, movie, I think Spyfall definitely ranks up there as one of the best scored episodes easily.
There's another question here. If Doctor Who started out animated, which animated character would you choose to play the Doctor?
So an established animated character?
Maybe? I don't know. If Doctor Who started out animated, so let's say that Doctor Who wasn't I know I'm having to pull this question apart. So Doctor Who at 50 and beyond, please feel free to, if you're still out here, because I know this is a little older, clarify. But if Doctor Who started out animated, so I'm thinking it wasn't a TV show, it was an animated show, which animated character would you choose to play the Doctor? So maybe instead of thinking the scope of real people were real actors were trying to push maybe animated characters. If we're typecasting animated characters,
That's how I'm reading
and that's
that.
kind of how you guys reading that.
The Bendu.
Sold. Okay, so no, it's that's Tom Baker's character in Star Wars.
It's Tom Baker voices a character in Star Wars, so I was like, ah!
And I guarantee, and for me, when I was watching Rebels, that was the moment because you don't see the character, you just hear the voice. To me, it was like the fifth all over again, and I got punched in the face by the curator saying, you might think you're, you might,
I really think you might.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That whole scene is like in here.
It's in my heart, but clearly not between my brain and my mouth. But yeah, when the Bendu starts speaking in Rebels, it was that same, and it's the Tom Baker patented laugh too.
Like
when he starts laughing, go ha ha ha.
Newton gimmick from Teddy Ruxpin. The Teddy Ruxpin cartoon. Newton, he's got the absent-minded professor thing going on. That would be a fun one.
Oh, the father from what is that show called? What's that? The one where the girl talks to the animals.
Dora?
Oh no, Wild Thornberries.
Nigel Thornberry. Tim Curry. Father Nigel Thornberry would be the doctor.
Tim Curry as the doctor would not be bad. Or the
No.
master, at least.
All right. Good night, Andrew. Yeah, I know it's like you guys are you're like 1:30 in the morning. Good night. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I regret nothing. But yes, good night. I'm trying to think of where I would cast the doctor.
Nigel Thornberry.
It would be an interesting.
Mrs. Frizzle would be a good one.
The Cloud Keeper, from Care Bears. Who was the narrator? The guy, the white-haired guy wearing the white jumper, always had a little star on his thing, sweeping up, and he was basically the narrator. And as a cosplay, I would totally do if I could find an affordable pair of like painters of girls.
I've got a terrible
Melanie. one. You've got to repeat your other one though, Miss Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah.
Miss Frizzle would be the doctor.
Good. Yeah.
I think Miss Frizzle would make an amazing doctor.
Because she
the TARDIS is the bus. I mean, that's
she literally has a TARDIS.
I think for me that's a softball one, throwing it out there. So I'm gonna. The thought that came in my head would be recasting casting the master. It would be the purple pie eater from the Strawberry Shortcake cartoon.
All right, yes.
I'm so old and stupid. Sorry.
So
at least one of you got that. Thank you, Dave.
Would it be bad to say the new Scrooge McDuck?
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's a softball, but it's getting over the plate. It's fine.
Because I'm just saying Goldie is definitely River.
Yeah.
Okay, who is Miss Frizzle?
Miss Frizzle. Oh, Mark Robinson.
Frizzle. Oh.
Who wants to take this one?
Is okay. It's an remember.
It's an American show.
It's a very American thing. So, yeah.
She has.
But go and watch it.
Yeah.
Say what it is though. There you go.
Magic School Bus.
It's the Magic School Bus.
She's basically a Time Lord teacher that she has a magic school bus and she teaches kids just everything in time and space.
Yeah.
Basically, if you gave River a school bus and said teach children, because her catchphrase is take chances, make mistakes, and get messy.
And maybe a hit of speed.
Oh goodness, yeah. And she might leave them unsupervised a little more often than they should be. It's great. I love it. She definitely is.
I'm trying to think another I'm trying to be good and not say a Star Wars character. I am trying, y'all.
Oh,
I mean, I already know voice actors. I mean, I'm going through the backwards way of voice actors. I'm like, okay, who else would be a good doctor? I watch enough animation. Good Lord.
I haven't seen enough to gauge, but Lupin the Third.
As a doctor?
Maybe.
I could see him being more of a well. I could see him
Okay.
being a plot device.
Yeah. Also true.
So like we're totally casting River Song as Carmen Sandiego, right?
I mean, yeah,
She
she's
could be
basically Miss Frizzle meets Carmen Sandiego. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
entire character.
Like, yeah. So like that'll work.
This is like difficult because now I'm like really trying to go in there. Going, if I could use a cartoon, now I'm like looking around my freaking
I'm like cartoon.
office, going, okay, what else can I look at and see and get some inspiration from
What
of all the
cartoons have I
toys I own? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of old cartoons too.
Yeah. What, the original Care Bears isn't old enough for you? I mean, you can get
Billy
the
Foster says Lupin the Third is good or Spike Spiegel. I'm not familiar with Spike Spiegel.
yes, you are.
Okay, just jumping in my brain.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And yes.
Then fine, you were
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Because I know I'm sure we've had a conversation at least once about Cowboy Bebop, if only, a surface one.
If I wasn't talking Star Wars. Ulysses 31 as the Doctor. Mark, I'm not familiar.
That one I don't know. That sounds like a British cartoon.
In that case, we're just gonna pick the good British ones like Danger Mouse and Penfold. That would be an amazing one.
Only if Count Duckula makes an appearance.
I'd watch
Milo.
Milo
from Atlantis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like he'd be a meeker.
Yeah, but he was
one.
a little bit more bumbling. I mean, he was definitely the smart nerd.
You could have a bumbling nerd doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen 11.
This is true too.
Valid.
Although I really like Atlantis. I really did like Atlantis with all the having an ensemble cast. I thought was really good in Atlantis.
Yeah.
But those are all his companions.
That was a good one. Grunkle Ford and the Gravity Falls.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be absolutely astounding. I was trying to think like something like Phineas and Ferb-ish, but none of those characters, for some reason, like really would be.
I mean, Perry the Platypus as a doctor would be an interesting. It would be interesting.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz is a doctor.
Oh, wait.
No.
Wait.
He's
Rugrats.
a personator.
Rugrats. Tommy had the screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he did.
They had Daleks in that.
Yeah, there's that
Yeah,
one
they
scene in the
did.
toy store.
So, like, technically,
He could have been a doctor eventually. He could grow up to
Diapers
be a
bigger
doctor.
on the inside.
yeah. He was already technically.
But
I guess that
funny.
was already, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
You know
too
what?
logically and not creatively.
It sounds like it should be an entire episode.
Christian hasn't been in
This
here.
should be.
We might have bored him.
Nah.
Yeah.
But this should be an episode. I like this idea.
This is
Like,
because this is what Dr. Doofenshmirtz would make a better comedic master. Yeah, that is true.
Right. Kevo, you've got our initial ideas for the what cartoon character would be.
What character?
We're all gonna go
if
and
you could
research.
recast. Oh my god, we got an episode, y'all. This is
Yeah,
gonna
we
have to
got it.
happen after.
What do we need for a title? What's our title going to be for this episode?
I have no idea. Ooh. I don't know because even the question had first stumped me but y'all had to help me kind of understand it. But now it's like,
Moving,
ooh,
yeah.
I don't know how.
yeah.
Kevo, how would you? Mark,
I don't title episodes.
you know, you just get what Christian tells you to do. You're like, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
The Dungeons Master is the Doctor.
Yeah.
We're talking about like that old Rankin Bass-ish style looking.
Oh, classic.
That classic, that one. That's what's in my head. That would be amazing. I wonder if there was a.
I feel like a clever title, going back to what you would call it, we'd have to reference Flatline because it's a 2-dimensional plane, and we're pulling solely from 2-dimensional characters. I'm going way too in depth for this.
Puns.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, how do you?
Okay, people, there's 18, for some reason, there's 18 of you people still hanging in with us as we pontificate.
And none of you have ideas.
And you don't have ideas? Come on, you're making us do all the work. What?
I mean, Doctor Who animated is just, it's too obvious.
Yeah. Venger.
All right, but I probably should go.
Venger. That was wait. No, that was Cringer. Who's Venger? Laura, who's Venger? As the master. I don't know who Venger is. My brain went Cringer, and I'm like, no, that's the cat from He-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I need to fly, ladies and gentlemen. And
okay, fine. Yes. Okay. So everybody has homework right now. Of the 16 of you that are still awake, and even in the UK, I mean, come on, it's 2 a.m. This is when your brain really starts kicking because you're not thinking straight. Figure out a title for this particular episode that we will probably be filming pretty soon-ish. Not next week, but maybe the next week after. Of what would you call this concept? Of if you could cast an animated cartoon character, typecast, into Doctor Who, who would it be? So help us with the title. Leave it in the comments below, and we'll see y'all again some other time. Sorry that we took 2.5 hours of your life. But not sorry.
No one held them here.
2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
2 hours and 40 minutes. This is the title. I found it.
With several question marks.
Several questions. Yeah, several. So yeah, keep leaving comments in here as we jump out. We can all go to bed. Thank you again for Dan's now saying, Dottie, I broke the doctor's breath. So everybody, Dave, where can we see you next?
Tomorrow night on Hanging with Webb's sideshow, which will be on sometime between 7 and 10 p.m. Mountain, because apparently Willow's co-host is got a thing, so we haven't quite set that time.
So find Dave on his link tree that you can see there, link tree at /therathole.ca, and hopefully he can kind of tell you better on the time. Kevo, where can people check you out when they're not about to go to sleep?
Well, you can check out my podcast, Husbands Talking More or Less, at cageclub.me, which is the Cage Club Podcast Network. But we've really been on a hiatus for a while now. It's my fault. It was my grief, and I'm really dragging my feet on getting us back on doing something. So instead, you can check out my husband, who is one of the top X-Men podcasts online at X's for Podcast. And they cover a lot of current titles, whether it's X-Men or just people who interact with the X-Men. There's a lot of Daredevil stuff because he's obsessed with Daredevil. We're actually starting a web show soon. He and our Kid Riot co-creator, Tori, are going to be going through all the old issues of Daredevil, and they are a flippin' mess. So absolutely check that out. That'll be on our YouTube channel soon, which is Hubs Plus. We just need a few more subscribers, and I can finally change the URL. So search Hubs Plus, and I just need 5 to 10 subscribers, and we can finally change our URL, and I can just be at Hubs Plus. But you can't do that until you have the right number, and it's killing me.
So I have to write Hubs Plus on YouTube. Let's see.
And just search that for now, I guess. Try that. It's a mess to try and tell people where to find you if you don't have a URL. I've seen people who have thousands of subscribers and they still have the basic YouTube URL. I'm like, how? And why? Why would you do that?
Oh, no. See, if I type in just Hubs Plus on YouTube, I'm getting so many things on telling me how to do Logitech or smart home hubs or the it's more of the technical kind of hubs. I'm now looking at a Industry 9 Hydra.
And that's the other problem. The URL, it's hard to figure out.
Yeah, so we'll Hubs Plus, we're gonna keep searching. We'll find you. Jessica, where can people find you?
Song Swan Cosplay on Instagram. And if you're interested in the Saber Hello. Saber stuff. I'm just any of my Saber stuff, you can always check out just Takodana Temple. That's the temple I'm a part of, and there's tons of videos, photos that we are trying to stay up to date and post.
How do you spell Takodana?
Takodana, like the planet. Oh, that's not a normal planet.
I'm thinking like Taco Donna, like
that's literally like Taco Donna, like for non-Star
honestly
whiskeys.
So it is for so Taco Donna, it's like taco except with a K and then Donna as in Dana.
So Takodana.
That's
temple.
so
And then
gorgeous.
temple. Yeah, so think taco truck but with a K.
Also, you have a cosplay of Florida Facebook page.
Yes.
Because I know we're streaming live to it now.
But cosplayers of Florida. We've got both a page and a group. The page is for anyone. The group is for cosplayers in Florida that are wanting to be that are Whovian cosplayers to kind of start our own not an actual 501st, but our own cosplay group to help put together those cosplays if you're wanting to do a Doctor Who cosplay and just being a resource for you. So that's going to be the group. Where you do have to fill out questions to be accepted, but then the page, anyone to do it. But that's Florida Whovian. What did I name this thing?
It's called Whovian Cosplayers of Florida.
That thing, yes,
that thing.
And there's
it's on Facebook. It's a Facebook
is
group. We're on there. Facebook. Please sign up and and all those kind of fun things. Lastly, it's my turn because I've gone around the circle.
Yeah.
You can find me at Pieces of Melee with a little @ symbol. Lately, I've been more on Instagram more than anything because I only have the time and patience and wherewithal to only do one thing at a time. So everyone going crazy with Twitter right now, I haven't been on there in a while because I have the attention span of a fruit fly. So you can find me on Instagram at Pieces of Melee, and that's literally everything right now. I'm doing everything from cakes to cosplay, me doing shows. I'm just on there. Go on there and you can see some random stuff. Lord knows I went to a Behemoth and an Arch Enemy concert on Thursday and I did that live. And then heck, I went to a Piano Guys concert and did that live. So you'll see all types of weird, just welcome to my life. Dave apparently just took controls and he's showing off. Here we go. The Hubs Plus Network. So this is where we're looking for. Follow us at Hubs Plus Network. Go
it says
there.
100, so we'll see.
I just subscribed, so I think I'm your
trying to find
100.
it. I'm still in Hubs Plus Network. Hold on. And I was going to close this out, but we're going to try seeing if we can't get this to get to the 100.
I for the record, I got it through our private chat in the page here. Kevo dropped it in there for us. But
I put it in the YouTube chat too if you want to just show how stupid the URL is, because
I've been screaming about the same thing. It took forever.
There's already 100 subscribers, and now hopefully I'm 101. So here we go.
There you go.
I got there, and then they bought it.
And now there's 102.
See if you can do it now. See it right now. See if it'll let you change it.
Yeah, see if you can do it now. Yes.
We'll do it live.
Yes, Tom, not Pieces of Melanie.
No,
that's
Pieces of
not
Melanie.
it. That's not what I
do. Terrible plan.
Terrible
Bad
plan. I like my body parts. Well, most of them. I mean, but it is what it is.
You
Keep
like
sending me
where they
chocolate,
are.
and we'll see how big I can get. Can you change it now? Can you change it now? Are you changing it now?
I'll try. I have to log in. I switched computers recently, so I'm doing everything on a laptop now. It's interesting.
And I'm trying to have to do that. I'm still using my 10-year-old Mac, and I love this computer, but it's taking forever to do anything. So I might have to just start switching to a laptop. I have to be one of those people. But yes, for the 13 of you guys are still remaining, and again, thank you.
Or sorry.
Sorry. That was very Canadian of you, Dave.
They're not tied down. They could have left anytime they wanted.
I'll do that. 14. We're gaining people for some reason. Welcome to whatever this is. Yes, we're about to close our show out, and we're all waiting with bated breath to see if Kevo can change his YouTube URL to something a little bit more fancy. As
I
you may
just
or may
signed
not
in.
know, it is 8:51 here in the Florida Eastern Standard Time, and Christian's still in the chat.
No.
He said that you can't change it yet, Kevo. Oh, he's the bearer of bad news. They'll send you
They'll
an
send you
email
an
when you
email.
can.
Okay. Well, then there you go. There's your answer.
Here's our answer. So he can't change it just yet, but thank you everybody for helping him get up and over that mark. Because if I'm going to hit the refresh button, see where he's at, and he is at 103. So yes, thank you guys.
Next time I am here, it's just going to be Hubs Plus Network. It's it's the same for Instagram, Facebook. It's all so Hubs Plus Network. As long as no one steals it from me and I don't have to lose my mind.
Yes.
Oh gosh, it's 2 a.m.
And okay, it's 1:50 a.m. Mark, go to sleep. I think we're all going to get ready for bed.
Let's all go to sleep.
Let's all go to sleep. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody. Yet it is. Thank you, Pat and Frodo. Thank you, Julie Foster, Dan, everybody else that I'm just trying to click on, and we're going to shut up and we're going to leave. See how much more fun it is when Christian isn't here? Okay, I didn't say that. Anyway,
he can hear you.
I know. Let me just text it to him directly. Okay, so Dave, can you hit the buttons, the correct buttons, and the correct way to sign us out?
Push the button, Frank.
I can, yes.
Bye,
all right.
y'all.
No, it's good, but we got to get to the video.
Pull the lever.
Kissing goodbye.
Pull the lever.
Pull